Kind of live.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, Delve into Darkness. And I got it right this time. I didn't screw it up with the others.
Yeah.
Yay. I want a hero cookie for that. As a warning, this is a mature game, and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are always available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. Or you can skip ahead to the next episode. That is awesome as well. You can do that. So first, I'd like to thank our sponsors. And let's start with Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes. Please visit him on Instagram or click the link that we have over there. Am I pointing in the right direction this time? Yeah, it's over there. It's fine. Or down there. It's in the chat. I don't know. I'm about 63% accurate on him being in the chat actually as well, watching the show.
You know, if you point both directions, you cover your bases.
There we go. That way. Whatever way that way happens to be. Or if it's on YouTube, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm not going to go any further. Also, our other sponsor, Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of tabletop veterans dedicated to producing quality content from multimedia like here on Twitch to one-shots, modules, and full-fledged game lines. Also, Martlet Games is also available for commission work, consultations, and help you to make your next tabletop project see completion. Investing in the World of Darkness fan community is just one approach. Martlet Games is to finding the nanites that escaped their lab. Have you seen them? This is sort of a big deal. So returning the favor over on their Patreon or spreading the word of the flock far and wide ensures you're placed in the records of history. And level up dice with Malkavian dice, because that may be important for this particular episode. So it's time to introduce our vampires. Let's start with our special guest for this particular episode. That way. No, wait, that way. I don't know where she is. She's down there. Okay, cool. And it is Dot.
Hey, friends! Thanks for having me back. I'm Dot. I'm playing your deputy gangrel, Virginia Slim. Which means somebody's in trouble.
In the Canadian tuxedo.
In my best Canadian tuxedo, you know it.
Let's see. From there, I can't remember what the order is, so I'm just going to start off with Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Abigail this evening. Pronouns for both of us are she, her. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the results of all the diablerie.
Very good.
You had to use the D word, didn't you? Under Abigail in the order over there is Jude.
Hey, my name's Sara. I'll be playing Jude, the Brawlin Tremere, she, her for both of us. And I'm looking like Saint right now, so I feel good. Thank you.
Next up in that particular order, if I go top to bottom and then top again, it is over to Ja.
Everyone, good evening or good day, time zone, whatever you're in. I am Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet, and I am playing your not so friendly neighborhood Banu Hakim assassin. And I say not so friendly now because diablerie apparently is not a friendly thing to do, according to the Camarilla. We're working on this. I'm trying to make some rules changes. Apparently, they don't really listen to people who are of my generation, but we're trying. We're trying. And if not, I'll just find some anarchs to eat.
Attempts
Pronouns he,
made,
him
apparently.
for both me and Ja.
Next up in the order, I believe, is Mordecai.
Hey, Mordecai, or Mike, Mordecai, he, him for both of us. I'm liking that idea, Ja. Let's go hunt some animals.
Yeah, as a storyteller, I cannot advise diablerie I'll make the rolls on it, sure, but it's your character. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, we get it. You can't sanction diablerie. Wink, wink.
And
If he dies, he dies.
And I can't see anybody on the screen, but if I'm unfrozen, here we go. Let's go with Margaret next.
Yes, hi, I am Astrid, _Astrid on Twitter. I play Margaret Strickland. Zimisi think kindly who just might be a little enraptured with gifts of nature. The thing about Diablerie, let's just say Margaret's making some plans and they're gonna get revealed.
Maybe. And last but certainly not least of our coterie is Duran.
Afternoon. My name's Cliff. I'm playing Fred Astaire. Duran Giovanni tonight. Pronouns he, him for both of us. I have no idea what any of these people are talking about. I was just upstairs watching things happen. I might have slipped.
Slipped? Is that the way? Is that what we're going to go with?
I fell fang first onto somebody. Things happen. I don't know. I'm Hakata. We're all about the dead stuff.
That is true. And then you can be like, hey, Bo and Rico, I don't know how this soul got in here. I don't know what happened. So let's fast forward it to another night, shall we? Some of you were at 0 hunger the night before, and I'm going to get rouse checks from everybody. And if you want, you can actually do the !! rouse in the chat to make sure that you are participating as well. I don't know if you want to get hungrier, do a rouse check. I'm seeing an array of responses.
I passed.
It's passed. Passed for Margaret. Passed for Abigail. Mordecai, how'd you do? Passed. Jude, I see, did not pass.
Yep, failed.
Virginia passed.
Then, yeah.
Let's see, Duran. Duran passed, and Ja
Did not.
After all the failed rouses I did last game, it's a damn good thing I passed.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
And here we go. Okay, so we're back. I had slight technical difficulties there, and so it was Ja and Jude that were the ones who didn't quite make it on the old rouse check. So, Jude, in the back of your head, you hear, "Hey, can we eat someone? Like you saw the others the other night. They were eating people and such, and can we do that?"
I feel like you always told me that I wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
I don't know. It does feel kind of weird because like everyone almost did it, but I didn't. And
you don't want to be left out.
All the cool kids are doing that.
We'll be fed. It's fine. It's okay. I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Bye, babe.
Bye. Ja, you hear a cacophony of voices now. Hey, so what we did the other night, can we do that again? That'd be great. That got rid of us for a while. You know what I mean? Like we've been having a bit of a meeting back here, and we think you should do it again.
Slow down a little bit on that. Just a little bit. We're only a little bit hungry right now. Let's wait till we get much hungrier and opportunity is right. Because we are very much opportunists.
That's true. That's true. And then you hear a voice that you haven't heard before. Like, how the fuck did I get in here? Who are you people? What's going on?
Let's just consider you a friend of the collective now. Your powers will be put to great uses. Thank you.
So, is everyone meeting once again at Xenoschism, the occult shop?
I think so.
It only
Located
seems
in
right.
Spacious Gastown.
I'll be showing up late again.
Actually, wait, where I'm sitting, Gastown is this way.
I mean, Duran has a busy social life.
He really does.
Yeah.
He's always like calling someone, being like, "Oh, I can't come to the party this time."
I will also be late because Ja has been neglecting his work to come hang out with you all. So he has a few hunts that he has to go on to pay the bills.
Margaret,
Resources one don't take you far.
Margaret, I believe, is already there with the after semi-hours book club to take care of any kind of munchy stuff that might come up.
Always. Yeah, and she, because it is the book club / herd, she'd be in her, oh God, what was it? Oh, she's already in that phase. Excellent. Dame Maggie Smith meets Keller Mosman. Great, so I don't have to do that role.
This dude is handy. Sometimes handy, if you catch my meaning.
More hands.
So, Abigail, how are you getting to Xenoschism, and will you be showing up fashionably late on Goth Standard Time, or?
I think Abigail is going to be showing up around the regular time. She's going to be taking the bike, one of the rentals, and doing the environmentally friendly thing again, and coming down from False Creek down to Gastown and dropping her bike off at one of those self-serve stations. And then going.
For everybody playing the home game, Vancouver has rental bikes that you can just put into a thing and then take out, and swipe your card or whatever. It's kind of like those rental cars where you put your thing on the windshield and you can rent it out. It's kind of like that, only with bicycles. Jude, are you going to be showing up late?
Actually, no. I think I'm showing up early because Jude has sort of been processing what happened, and she just doesn't feel very good about living alone right now and just being by herself in kind of this sparse apartment, even though it's a little bit less sparse thanks to Cassius's reluctant support. But she just doesn't really feel like being by herself and just kind of sitting alone with her thoughts, maybe kind of kicking herself, feeling like she didn't contribute as much as she would have liked to the rescue attempt. So yeah, I'm getting on my way on foot from Chinatown to Gastown. Yeah, I'm thinking 10 minutes early.
Okay. Mordecai, I'm guessing late as per usual.
Yeah. The effects of the other night were a bit daunting to this once handsome face. And he wakes up and looks in the mirror and he doesn't recognize it.
For everyone playing the home game,
I lost 2 humanity.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bastard before. Oh boy. So he goes downstairs. He does surpasses the festive floor, the main floor, completely, ignores it, just goes straight to the dojo. Basically sets up almost more of a ritual, fires, incense burning, the whole meditative focus. Tries to go through katas. Feels the beast clawing at the back of his brain a lot more than he did. Can't focus. Remembers something and calls Jude.
All right.
Calls me? Okay.
On your way to Xenoschism, you are getting a phone call.
Hello?
Jude. Jude. Hey, it's Mordecai. Are you busy?
No, I was just kind of on my way to the shop. I mean,
Good.
I'm kind of early, but what's
Good.
up?
You feel like training?
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, that sounds good. Before I go to the shop, yeah, just blow off some steam. I think it's a good idea.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll send a card.
Oh, yeah, sure. That sounds good. I'll just, yeah, I'll be around my apartment. So,
Cool.
All right, so that will proceed. Um, so that would default first to Xenoschism to Abigail. Everyone else has shown up really late.
Okay. So Abigail's going to get up to Xenoschism and she is going to turn on Sense the Unseen because, NOS. So that would be
Make me look up rolls now.
Wits and Auspex, unless it's, do you
No,
want
I
it
mean
passive?
The defense.
Oh, actually, defense I have somewhere around here too. 1 second.
Versus, oh, it doesn't actually say. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Versus wits plus obfuscate.
Oh.
But this
Three.
particular kindred does not have obfuscate. So I'm going to get you to make your particular roll. Unless this particular kindred is hiding with obfuscate, and I ask the question of Dot.
I imagine not. I imagine all you see is like the burning of an ember in the corner of like the dark room or something, of the cigarette. I toss it at your feet. Kind of
Two successes.
2 successes. You don't really see anything other than the fact that there is an aura around Virginia Slims. Dot, explain what Virginia Slims is looking like right now.
Definitely a gangrel, but covers the kind of ears and eyes with a pair of sunglasses and messy, half-shaved head. A Canadian tuxedo, right? Denim vest matching like denim Wranglers that are maybe a size too small, but she is killing it in them. And you can tell they're too tight because her pack of Virginia Slims kind of bulge from the back pocket. Tattoos up and down her arms from whatever past life she was a part of, and she tokes on a Virginia Slim. Yeah, she's probably leaning. She's gotta be leaning. It's way too cool. She's leaning against a wall, boot up. Like combat boot up. I imagine she doesn't say much. She just kind of stares right at you.
Yeah, and Abigail would have recognized Virginia Slim from the last meeting, so she would go up and say, Miss Virginia, it's strange to see you here. How are you doing this evening?
Well, if I'm here, it's probably not really good.
Have I done something? Have we done something? Is there something that we can... Well, I don't know. I don't think so. But, I mean, as you said, if you're here, then we must have, so... Or I must have, or someone must have. So, do you want to tell me?
Where's everybody else?
I believe they're making their way here. They're probably working on what they call Goth Standard Time. It's, you show up fashionably late or something like that. But I'll send them a text message and make sure they're on their way.
Sounds like some Toreador bullshit.
Yes. So Abigail's going to send a message to the group chat saying, we have a visitor. It's probably not good. Please come. And just hit send.
Everybody gets a group chat message.
Tell me, as I stand in this shop, it's like a shop.
Yes.
Do I see anything out of the ordinary that shouldn't be here?
You would be outside at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But
even better.
Refresh my non-existent memory because there's way too many character sheets for me to keep track of. Do you have Sense the Unseen at all?
I actually don't think I have. Oh, let me not tell you a lie. No, I have Sense the Beast, not Sense the Unseen.
Okay. You wouldn't have. You don't really see anything that out of the ordinary. It's like a typical kind of red brick building in Gastown. It's an occult shop. It's been there for a number of years now.
Okay.
Probably longer than you've actually been in the city.
Okay. Um. All right. I simply look at you and I go, you gonna let your guest wait outside?
Of course not. Please, by all means, come in and I'll introduce you to our friend Margaret, who owns the shop. And I motion for her to come in.
At which point, Abigail, your phone rings.
Please, by all means, go in. I'll be just a second. And Abigail hits her Bluetooth and says, "Yes, what can I do for you, Mr. Giovanni?"
You hear the obvious sounds of partying in the background, loud shouting, music. Remember when Eurovision was won by Italy? What you heard in the background that time? Same thing going on. So, sì, signora Abigail, visitor, we have to... why do I always... These things, they happen when I'm okay. So, I am on my way.
Yes, Mr. Giovanni, please make haste because it is the sheriff's deputy.
Oh, Hugo, no, skip that. Okay, I have to go. Yes, no. Say good night to Jorge and the boys for me. Yes, no, I have... Yeah, Viva Italia. Yes, I go now. Okay, I will be there in 7 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Giovanni. And Abigail's going to go into the shop. And I think I'm going to introduce Virginia to Margaret.
One quick little bit of housekeeping first. Margaret, explain to Dot, our special guest, what the inside of Xenoschism looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much it's a small place, but it's an older building. You probably see there's really detailed crown molding and stuff that you don't really see people anymore, or see people do anymore. Pretty much every surface, especially the walls, although it's a small space, she's found things to put more wares, things but not. There's the old school medicine suitcases that just file out with all these drawers and stuff like that, the tall chests, well, things that look like chests, but you pull it out, you can look at posters, preserve art, stuff like that. You move farther back into the back portion, but before you actually get there, there's a middle section where it connects the two rooms to where you can just kind of sit and chill, look through a book, maybe sit and meditate with a stone or some other tool, see if that's the one that you want to purchase. And then in the back, it's just really high-end stuff. There's a whole bunch of crystals that are kind of locked up with actual keys, stuff like that. In one space there's a traditional jewelry counter because there's just various types of artworks, primarily jewelry, different combinations of materials, things like that. Behind that counter there's a door to the room. Opposite that wall, there's two other doors, probably for Reiki Tarot, something like that.
I immediately walk in and light up a cigarette, which is so disrespectful, but I do it anyways. And I immediately say, I heard Mercury was in retrograde. Do you have something to fix that?
It's actually not, sugar. And there's this goth woman kind of standing behind kind of late 90s look to her. And the back door is cracked open a little bit, and out through steps that woman that looks like Dame Maggie Smith meets Taylor Mosman. Already looked uneasy, but now that she's down to humanity, it looks even more so unsettling. She says, what can I help you with this evening?
Margaret, this is Virginia Slim. This is the sheriff's deputy. She's come to speak with us about a matter that I'm not familiar with just yet. Please do make her welcome if you could.
Of course, I take hospitality quite seriously. Would you like to step into our meeting room, ma'am?
Swanky place.
I mean, I've tried. You never know what company you might have.
Never know. Do you get company often?
Apologies, that was a little quiet.
I said, did you get company often?
Quite often, but I grew used to it quite a while ago. Not used to the higher echelons of Avatar gracing my presence in my humble little establishment.
Well, do show me.
Don't think you're here for that. Now are you?
I mean, it's been like a few decades since I had my tarot read.
Yeah. Could do a little something for you sometime if you would like.
Yeah, maybe another time. I'm here on different business.
Yeah. Probably during operating hours. Just before we close. You know. I understand. Our way of being.
There's like pillows and stuff on the floor, right? Yeah, I sit everywhere but on your pillows. Like find a place on the floor next to the pillow, and kind of have a seat, a lounge, and finish toking, I guess, on this cigarette.
Abigail's gonna send another text, like another message to the group chat, just basically saying, did I not make myself clear? Now, please. Send.
Make haste. So at that point, it would probably be either Ja or Duran that would be the next ones in.
Ja's currently wrangling a Karen, so it is not exactly easy. Ja's trying his very fucking best to not lose his temper. And he's lost a humanity, so he's real fucking close. When he shows up, he's just gonna be like, I fucking hate this job so much.
In that case, Duran.
Buonasera, amici mia. How is everybody tonight at the Sundown Appreciation League and the Book Club? Viva Italia! It is a wonderful night. You are new. I do not know you. I am Duran Giovanni. It is a great pleasure to meet you.
Do I know these kindred? Like, would I have in terms of the position I'm in, know them?
You have
of them, I guess I should say.
Yeah, you've been supplied a kind of outline of who they are.
Dossier.
A little dossier action.
Yeah. Bowen doesn't actually go with dossiers. It's just sort of a, this is what I know. This person,
right,
this person,
rundown.
this person, this person.
I have detailed files.
What do I know of Duran? What was my rundown from Bowen?
Duran is new, and the kind of thing that you got from Bowen is that he definitely wants you to suss out Duran, like why he's here, that sort of thing, like why all these new kindred are showing up to the city and doing.
Bowen might also mention that the strange free set of clothing that showed up from Duran.
Yeah, he would have been like, and for some reason he sent me like a kilt suit.
Okay, the first thing I say is the kilt you sent. It looked really good as we burned it under the mantle.
That is unfortunate. It was a lot of work. But, once it is gifted, it is gifted. It is Senor Rico's to do with as he wishes.
It is Bowen.
I take it as a small slight, but again, it was gifted.
You must be new to town. I don't know you.
See, fairly new. I don't know you either. I have been meeting various Ventru and other people. I keep trying to meet the prince.
Really?
But,
how's that going?
Very poorly. I send many invitations for, would you know why?
Did you send a kilt? It's a fast way to a kindred's heart.
No, no, no. I sent invitations to come to my shop for a suit fitting. All the Ventru have lined up. They have adored the suits.
Really?
See,
Well, I would love a suit. Do you carry denim?
see, we can work in denim. And being with your responsibilities, I would think you would want something either in a ripstop, cut proof, so that others' claws would be a little tougher to get through, or perhaps we should go for the full treatment and make it bulletproof.
So you do know who I am.
It was mentioned that, and with what you have said, putting two and two together, you work for the Camarilla and you know things. See, so I have hints.
Virginia will stand off the floor, and she says, "I'm Virginia Slim. I work for Bowen, the city sheriff.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Senora Slim.
I hope before tonight's over I can say the same thing."
I would hope the same as well.
Tell me, the rest of your friends, are they on their way?
And this is where Zhao would come in, but you don't hear him unless you're using some supernatural powers, because he uses Silence of Death all the time.
All the time. This could be a fun roll up. I feel like I have I mean, my wits and awareness are stupid high, but
let's do a roll off.
Yeah, this deserves to be, because I'm like, yeah.
Wits and awareness for Virginia, and let's go with the old Dex and Stealth.
Did I get anything extra for using Silence of Death?
Silence of Death would give you 2 extra, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Again,
I rolled a 5.
Again, Renegade. Come on, get on that. If it's Silence of Death, you should get some extra dice.
Come on.
Come on, man. And Heightened Senses should also give you some extra dice.
I was about to say, do I have heightened senses?
I don't.
I do.
I have
think you do.
1 success.
I don't.
You do not.
I got 5.
So I stopped the bell, but you still see me.
Yeah. He's really quiet, but he's also really obvious in stopping the bell, so you can see him come in a mile away.
Another of your party. Well, don't stand on the ceremony.
Mr. Jaw, this is Virginia Slim. She's the deputy of the sheriff. I don't know if you've met.
Nope.
Hi.
Hello. Are you here to threaten me?
Oh no, let's not have any of this going on, please.
I'm just trying to make sure that we get to the point really quickly.
Let's start off being friendly. We can
long day.
We can go to the threats later. We have had lots of those the last few weeks.
It wasn't a threat. I am just sussing out intentions.
See.
Who's been threatening you the last few weeks?
Oh, the list. We piss off so many people.
Really?
See.
Really not good.
The big wolfy shape changers, the mages, we keep being told to go fetch this and go fetch that, and every time we do, someone takes offense at our fetching of stuff. And
may I ask you a question?
So far we haven't pissed off the kindred. I am liking that. That makes me happy.
Who is telling you to fetch what?
At this point, Abigail is going to just shake her head, look at Duran, and say, And I'm the one who can't keep a secret, and just walk to the back of the shop.
And much like Dot did, Zhao just sits on the floor, takes his sword, and just stabs it in the floor next to him, cross-legged, and just is chilling.
We're markers.
So?
See, you think kindred of our age, most of us fairly new to this city, are not working for someone higher up among the Camarilla ranks?
Of course I do. I was just curious. You seemed so interested in sharing.
We run a fetching service.
Oh, I do that professionally as well. It's not great. There was some woman who was yelling in the mall and having a tantrum. Apparently she's trying to skip bail, and this, no good. They always try to run.
All right. Well, Anna, I feel like if I say anything now, it's just gonna spoil the surprise. What else?
I hate surprises.
Hey, me too.
All I heard is that that's just going to be more boons for us from you.
Really? Well,
Don't like going into an unknown situation. I mean, sure, there are unknowns, but if you're just essentially going to throw us to the wolves, now, higher compensation.
like you've thrown yourselves to the wolves.
I've literally been thrown to the wolves recently since joining this group, so can we avoid that, please?
See, I've had enough with wolves.
I don't have enough cigarettes tonight to actually put the energy forth to harm you in some way.
Great. Perfect. This is going to be a much more peaceful night than I thought I was going to deal with.
Well, nobody said that. Have a seat. Let's wait on the rest of your friends to show up because I've got news for all of you.
Speaking of the rest of their friends, this would probably be about the time that Jude and Mordecai would be showing up.
We're going to play that other scene out later.
We'll deal with that in the Patreon.
Cool.
Cool.
The reason, but you would have
ahead.
showed up. We'll play out the scene, but you would have seen Mordecai basically kneeling in full gi, a Chinese sword blade stabbed through his phone. So he didn't get the text.
We love sticking swords to our phones, don't we?
Yeah.
At least you're not using them.
We
Masquerade
lose
reach.
more. We lose more phones that way.
If people were sponsored, we wouldn't lose them. We would take much better care of our phones. But yeah, so he gets the word from Jude that we're wanted, sighs reluctantly, composes himself, Mercy and I can't remember, Alexia, dress him, and he kind of mumbles something, some kind of whatever to use. He's very monosyllabic this evening. He packs weapons, and quite a number of them, sort of thing. He's got basically he's almost strapped up to the Sterling Archer level, but he sort of just he has trouble making a decision as to what he's taking, what he's not. Eventually, he makes his decision, sort of thing. You get in the car. The scene plays out throughout that, and then we can show up.
And you show up.
Jude will walk in first. So are you all back in the like meeting area at the back of the store?
From the sounds of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Jude is making her way back, and she comes in and like two of you are on the floor and there's this new person. So she kind of walks in and she's in her just regular raglan shirt and suspenders and big old black cargo pants. Hello, hi, what's going on? I know I'm a little late, I'm sorry. Yeah, just I had to take care of something, sorry about that. So
Jude, this is Virginia Slim. She is the deputy of our sheriff here in Vancouver, and apparently she has shown up for a reason. If
But
you
that
know
reason
what I
does
mean.
not have to do with Italy winning the Euro Cup, which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
congrats by the way. Congrats by the way.
September World Cup.
Italy's year.
Italy's
Italy's year. Italy's year.
We're thinking we
I'm
might start the
happy for
war
you.
later.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Maybe Finland.
I'm happy for you though. Okay. Cool. Well, more guys right behind me, I think, so we can get this party started.
Sounds like you have all been partying pretty hard without us.
Jude? Have you been partying? Because I
Me?
know I haven't been partying.
No. When do I party? I don't have any friends.
There has been no partying. None at all.
I have been. Italy won the Euro Cup.
Yes.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. My name is Jude, and you are the deputy Virginia Slim. That's a cool name. I should have named myself something else after dying. That would have been a cool idea. I didn't even think about it. I used
really
to
have
smoke
a
those.
choice.
Yeah, I used to smoke those Camel number 9s in the black and pink pack that tasted like cake before they made that ruling where it was too much like a flavored cigarette back in America. Those are pretty good. But yeah, not so much
cigarettes
now.
will kill you.
Well, yet here we are.
Message.
Okay.
Put you the door nice and quietly.
Well.
Stopping the bell.
Yeah. Is that the last
Raising up
one?
the cane. Viva Italia! I go rushing in. Run! Viva Italia!
Senor Strickland, it is fantastic to see you tonight. Indeed. Viva Italia. Thank you
Y'all
very
are
much.
doing
Up by
too
the
much.
shoulders. Smooch, smooch. Viva Italia!
Thank you very
you.
much. September World Cup.
Give you the once over. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, she's got a husky voice.
Did you get my message, Mordecai?
This phone has not yet finished. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, yeah, yes.
Yes?
Oh. Well, I'm here.
So this is Miss Virginia Slim, the sheriff's deputy, as I have told everybody else, and she is here for some reason that we are not familiar with at this point in time.
Well, if the deputy sheriff is here, it's not for a good reason.
Do I get the sense that they're nervous? Is there an elephant in this room?
Yeah. Is everybody nervous?
Or like 4 elephants.
No, not even close to.
I was just supposed to say, Zhao would not be nervous. He has seen some shit that this is nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
someone's wall is
You-
in right now.
The reason he's here is way more scary than the deputy being here.
well,
Oh, I gotta look at the. Wait.
And with the lack of humanity that a lot of them have, you're not really
it-
getting too much nervous.
nervous. But
Maybe
here-
for me.
Yeah, Jude, I could imagine being nervous.
Yes,
Okay,
Jude would be nervous.
Jude's nervous. Okay, so here's my next question. Like, I've seen all kinds of kindred, right? But like,
Yes.
these are younger generation kindred,
Yes.
and their humanity. They are physically showing signs of lower humanity.
A lot of them, yes.
Great.
To be fair, I'm always pale.
I believe Jude and Abigail are not. As of yet, they're roughly around humanity 7, give or take.
But are any of them showing? What is it? Humanity 4. You begin to show like signs of. You don't.
Humanity.
Let's say 6 is not really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 is
Six
not a
isn't
thing.
great.
Six is where it starts to kind of kick in, and that's roughly the range that you're seeing here outside
Okay.
of Jude and Abigail.
Okay. And the rest of them seem okay, perfect. I just need to make sure we're not like walking around in corpses and they're not like superbly obvious. That's a whole other level of masquerade breach I was not prepared for tonight. Okay.
Oh, no, that's the other coterie in the other game, which we're gonna
Okay,
wade
great.
into in about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay. We'll just ignore the tension in the room. And I'll let you
You
know
feeling
that
it too?
you want me to. As I was saying, Bowen has sent me, surprise, surprise, to come tell all of you that we've been watching.
See?
Uh,
And?
yes. And good point, Mr.
Now,
And
if you were Bowen, would you give all of you a gold star?
Actually, for what went on with Samson and what was his partner's name?
Mr. Giovanni.
We stopped a bomb plot.
yeah,
We
there was a
saved the
dude who was
Camarilla
stuffing
a bomb plot
C4
because
into
of
the rib cage of another
Samson
dude.
and Amanda. Because
most
they
welcome,
said,
Captain.
hey, so see, I would think from the Camarilla that something does not get blowed up and there is no masquerade to breach.
Kind of like
For
the last
the
time.
yeah, for Dot's knowledge on this particular point, the bomb plot was I believe, tail end of or mid of the second season. The Elysium was blown up by a kindred that had been basically doing a protest in the Elysium. They were doing like a
boy.
non-violent protest, so they were sitting there for weeks at a time trying not to get hungrier, and then they eventually stood up when there was a large gathering and blew themselves up. And they were,
Ooh.
from what Bowen can
Sounds-
tell,
Okay.
yeah, they were basically terminal decreed into doing so, and they did not know that they actually had a bunch of explosives packed into them by Zemisi.
Okay. I just put a hand up, like in the middle of your explanation. I'm like, I look, if you think I didn't come here knowing, then you're all fools. I'm just saying, you have been busy, and not in the best kind of way.
And Jude, at this point, she was feeling nervous, but she's feeling this like kind of sense of resolve for at least a moment. So she's gonna sort of step forward and look at the deputy and say, as far as I'm aware, we're acting under the direction of the Camarilla to retrieve these items, as you might have heard earlier. We are under their direction, and we have completed these things as requested at great peril to all of ourselves. So, yeah, was there a bit of messiness in there? But I just would like to say we're not some independent rabble rousers. We're acting under the direction of the tower for expressly to aid one of my clan, the Tremere. So
yes, Cassius has made it very clear you're working for him. If you think I would have showed up to have a chat and all of you working against the Camarilla, you're wrong. I would have burned this shop to the ground. Now that being said,
so, what is it? Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold on. I'm sorry. Sorry, your eyes sparkle when you smile. It's great. Okay. What is it you think we've done exactly? Or what crime are we being charged with?
see, here's the funny thing. You're not. But I'm getting this feeling that something's going on here that actually has nothing to do with why I'm here. Maybe just a sense, or the fact that I tend to suss out these problems. No, it's in the air. Gut instinct.
So
You have a job for us, don't you?
Well, now that being said, I do have a job for you.
Aha!
Beyond whatever funny business the lot of you are hiding, Bowen has taken note of your exceeding rise in combat. Your need to be involved on the regular basis with solving problems. And since all of you have earned your gold star, now you're going to have to answer for it. Yes. Was that a hand?
Yeah, Jude, was that a hand up?
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
just
Okay.
taking it in. I'm so sorry. I'm just.
Oh yeah,
taking
no,
it in.
you're good. I was like, is there a question?
No, please proceed.
Now that being said, since all of you seem to really love getting involved in a little bit of funny business,
I'm a tailor. I do not do anything funny.
My
says the
entire
man who
life.
sent the sheriff a kilt. Now, that being said, Bowen has a job for you. There's a group of anarchs. They're young.
Done.
They need to be dealt with. But most importantly, they're into some supernatural bullshit. And we want to know what's going on. And it seems to me that all of you are into the same supernatural bullshit. So maybe you can figure out what's going on and tell me.
Yeah, Tremere shit TM.
It's
I mean, there are a few of us who are, and by a few of us, Jal looks at Abigail and Jude like, and then he looks at Duran afterwards like, yeah, a few of us are.
I mean,
And then I'm gonna make a rouse check and I'm gonna summon my sword because for now I've been carrying the katana and my sword is not with me. And
All
she
right.
mentioned funny business and I did not pass, but my sword does show up in my hand as I get hungrier.
Homebrew content.
Now, okay. My point is made. Now, see, I was gonna send all of you to deal with this on your own. But since you're hiding something, I think
Okay.
I'm gonna come along.
You see, what we are hiding is very simple. We do not all get along on all things. Senor Cato does not like Cassius.
Most
I'm
Tremere,
okay
to be
with
honest
Cassius.
with you.
You
I've
think
learned to kind of.
Senora Duncan, we have as a group argued over trust issues and working and et cetera, et cetera. So this is what we're hiding. We're trying to get the gestalt together and actually work through things, and we're trying to be friendly while we're doing this, which is not an easy thing for Kindred to do.
It's a dysfunctional family, so
Oh,
I feel like there's
see, very.
there's a
Weirdly.
baseline of tension at all times.
Weirdly,
So I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
functions.
It's new to you, but
See,
it's not new to us.
If
But
you
you're coming
think
along on this job
See.
then.
my
Excellent.
instinct is picking up on your middle school grade drama. You're wrong.
oh, I would not say
Oh.
it's middle school grade. I would say grade
And-
4 at the best.
And the definition of a coterie is internal drama. So, I don't give a fuck about your family matters. I want you to go fix this problem. And we are going to figure out what supernatural bullshit they're involved in. And while I'm there, I think I might just be able to figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, I haven't killed Cassius yet, so I think that's what's wrong with me.
If
Hey,
you
know
do
what?
figure
I
it
don't
out,
like Cassius either, man.
if you do figure it
High
out,
five.
tell us, because I think we're clueless too. Now, taking care of these anarchs, do you mean taking care of as in spanking and sending them on their way, or taking care of as in
Mr.
we go
Duran.
in and they don't come out?
I don't think she's in the mood for comedy.
I'm not saying comedy. I'd like to know what taking care of means.
They are acting directly against the Masquerade.
Ah, see, fantastic. Now I know what taking care of means.
Then why has there been no blood hunt called?
Because we don't know exactly what they're doing. And the last thing I need is a bunch of brouhaha rolling in, creating a big mess that we've got to clean up without actually finding out the details.
Question.
Subtlety.
Only one. Do they have powerful friends?
They're
Do
anarchs.
they have
Yeah.
powerful friends?
Not so far as you know about their
Excellent.
powerful friends, but there's some weird supernatural stuff that even Bone hasn't seen yet.
If you say no, Ja's gonna take it at his word because this is more up Ja's alley now. This is the first job Ja's gotten that he's actually excited about. He's like, oh, I actually have a job that someone's not trying to fuck me to get me to do. Sweet.
I mean,
The night's not over. That being said,
Camarilla, they're always trying to fuck somebody.
I mean, but that's the normal way. That's the already lubed up and ready way.
so since we're so lubed up and ready, I can tell you they don't have powerful friends, but the big problem is we don't completely understand what they're involved in, which means we can't plan anything going in.
See, they're doing some hinky shit.
They'll bring both swords. Got it.
Yes. Messed up things. So that's why we're sending all of you in. So in case there are casualties, well.
Margaret, can we take the party van maybe? Or the party van, the delivery van that you have? It's a little bit more less conspicuous than the party limo or the Fiat.
The Fiat is just an average car.
Uh,
It is inconspicuous. It looks like every other Fiat.
Every other Fiat? All right. Every other Fiat. Yes, Miss
Okay,
Strickland?
Margaret, Van,
Just like all those Teslas on the road.
Abigail, you can have the aux. It's fine.
Oh, but there is one song I would love to introduce to our guest. Y'all heard it already?
All right, so Van time.
See, stop at the back of the Fiat. We'll get the vests.
Yeah.
All right.
Just in case.
So you're getting the ripstop vests out of the Fiat?
Also, Jude will say as the preparations for like getting in the van and stuff. My apartment's not very far away. Can we just stop there like really quick so I can get my cool ass shit that we got last time that I didn't actually get to use? So
I am not taking the cool ass shit out of the back of the Fiat because that's a little overkill.
Nope.
What? I got it. I didn't even use it. Now now you're saying.
You know, I have an affinity
don't get to
towards
have any
cool
fun.
ass shit. What kind of cool shit you got?
I got a shotgun.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Knives.
Yeah, shotguns, knives, some other, gun type of stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I guess if you say it's overkill, then I won't take it. But I just am trying to be useful.
No. I didn't say that in character to Jude. I was letting Steve know I'm not grabbing the shit that I picked up because that's fucking overkill.
Okay, yeah,
You
'cause
got
you had
normal
like
stuff.
a,
Yeah, Duran.
you got wild stuff. I do
Yes.
remember that
Yeah,
now.
the
I
only
do
other
remember.
extra thing that Ja has is the grenade bandolier, but he's not bringing that.
No.
Don't really like walking around with explosives strapped to me, really.
Oh, Margaret's bringing her new weapons.
Okay, so is that a yes? Can we just stop my apartment real quick?
Oh, literally, last strap check, they all want the ones driving. I mean, I'm not driving, but at that point, Amber's walking up and she comes out. She's driving. She might go. So, absolutely, we can go get your things.
Cool. Thanks, Margaret. Yeah, I'll be getting in the van. And I'm sure we can fast forward or whatever if you want. I'm sure my apartment's like less than 10 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's not too far from Xenoschism.
And where is this place where the Anarchs are, Miss Slim?
Steven.
Funny you should ask. Virginia's voice gets real deep, kind of like mine, and describes that it's in a warehouse that's kind of near Gastown, but it's on Main. It's more near like the East Hastings. Like it's in a kind of a roughish area of town, but it is just a plain kind of warehouse looking building.
Now,
And
do we know
yeah.
how many Anarchs are possibly in there?
Give or take,
Give or take?
4, 5.
Four.
Yeah,
4 or 5?
4 or 5.
For each of us.
So like the last warehouse, couple up top, couple in the back, a couple in the front.
Yeah, Anarchs never change. So here's my thought. When I roll up to the front door, they're gonna skitter like cockroaches out the back. And guess where our Gold Star students are gonna be standing?
I don't like this plan.
Now, we found great advantage
great
with
success.
putting
Wait.
several people on the roof to come down and then people in the front and the back. So we could put the couple of us in the back and you in the front.
Have I scouted this warehouse? Do we know if there's a roof entrance?
You have scouted the warehouse. There will be there's like kind of two skylights on the roof.
Okay.
That would be semi easy to get into.
Senor Cato and Senores Abigail and Duncan are all three trained in death from above. They do it fantastically. Oh,
Well,
just
then who am I?
Storyteller. Actually, would I have made
That's me.
overnight? Yes, would I have made overnight another clinging of the insect, or do you wish to have a roll for that?
Did you have any left?
I didn't have any left because I used up the two. I've used up the two that I had in my stash.
Yes, what we're
I
gonna
have
do.
one still, so I should be
Let's
good.
do a roll.
I don't have
Nope,
any snacks on me though.
That's thin blood alchemy. You don't need that.
I
love
need a
that.
spider, that's for sure. And then
Yes. There's probably a few spiders kicking around Xenoschism somewhere.
Yeah,
Spider
probably.
juice. Spider juice.
What is the roll for that?
Just trying to look it up.
System, blah, blah, blah. Successful ritual. Which is, let's go intelligence and blood sorcery.
All right.
Difficulty equals the ritual level plus 1. So you gotta get 2 successes on this bad boy, but I think you could probably do it just with the intelligence roll by itself.
Okay.
While you're doing that, storyteller,
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
please open the companion.
I will be doing so.
I'm going to be invoking my client Coterie merit.
You shot who in the what now?
Once per session, the Ministry Kindred may discover something superficial a storyteller character wants, so long as any member of the Coterie has spoken to that character during the session.
That has happened,
Maybe.
yes.
This may relate to the individual's desire or ambition, or it can relate to a specific course of action they were undertaking, but should not expose any deep schemes or mysteries, especially if the Coterie is unaware of it.
I'm guessing you're using this against Miss Slim.
Damn right I am.
Go ahead, Abigail.
Sorry, you said I needed 2 successes?
Yes.
Okay, then I got 2 successes. I'm not going to reroll because I was about to use a willpower, but I have 2 successes.
Yeah, you're able to create 1 vial.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need. Thank you.
And for Mordecai, you get a deep-seated loyalty from Virginia Slim towards Bo and Rico, because there's been times in the past where Bowen has saved her from bad situations, and there are times where she has saved Bowen from bad situations. Like, it's definitely well beyond any kindred prestation. It is just like they've been through the shit, they've been through the trenches together, so they've got each other's backs. And on that note, we are going to the place, I'm assuming just rolling right up to the front, or
Where is the place?
it's kind of East
This warehouse.
Hastings-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
not on the way to my place.
It is not.
there's a ghoul driving.
There is a ghoul driving, yes. It is, I can't remember the name.
Amber Adams.
Amber, that's the one.
Then I'll look at Margaret if I know it's Margaret's school, and I'll just say we should stop a few blocks up and go on foot.
That's the standard. Just point out one that's good in Amber Hill. We'll find a spot to tuck in.
Maybe before we go to exit the van, I'll kind of put my hand on the door and block it from anybody leaving. And I turn around and go, remember, information is important. So before we finish the job, I need info.
So we need at least 1 or 2 alive to chat with. See, I'm
Ideas
not
to-
always good at that, but we try.
We will make
Thus-
a point of doing so.
Use your enhanced
Duran.
furry ear things or whatever. I'll wait and then I'll chop off arms. It's kind of what we do.
So
Look,
disrespectful.
they can give me information without their arms. Just leave their head and their tongue intact, eh?
See,
There you go, John.
They're not the mages. They're kindred. So you cut the arms off, and all they do is flail around a lot. They don't bleed out as quick.
I have very powerful legs.
On that note, I Van Dam the back door open with a boot.
As the door goes down, Margaret just whispers in Jaw's ear, you know, no matter how good of a runner you are, that's still gonna throw off the balance of the human body. Emily giving that creepy Zimizi look as she goes back to standing upright.
And Josh's like, God.
It's not
That relationship between Margaret and Jaw is very, very much the
So funny.
yeah. It's one of the highlights of the week.
It's such a warm and loving relationship.
It's kind of like when you put in like a meme on Twitter and you're like, okay, insert weird thing that Margaret does, and then insert Jaw's reaction of like,
Yeah, exactly.
So you are all going. Who is going in which direction for the particular warehouse?
Okay, are we doing our plan? The plan that works?
So from behind for most, and then up the walls
And
for the rest of us.
distraction?
I'm the great distraction.
This time we do not have Samson and Amanda with us for the back, and Signorina Slim is the distraction rather than Signor Strickland and I. So I would say that we should go in the back, and she can go in the front, and you people can go up the top. And
Pure physical, got it. Starting my rouse checks.
I was thinking the same thing. I think probably as I get out, like my claws extend.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm rousing my decks.
Let's see.
Always a good idea.
I got to rouse for third.
I'm rousing my decks. Yes. Sorry. After last week, any success makes me just ecstatic.
Okay.
Well, yeah, last
weapons.
week you ended up at like 4 hunger right off the bat.
5.
Oh man.
Well, it was like 4, and then you went into the 5th when you
Yep.
were in the fight.
Yeah.
I failed. Yeah.
Excellent. Abigail.
I got a little hungrier as well.
Abigail, you hear this in the back of your head. Abigail,
Shut up, Winston. Not
you
now.
should
No.
eat someone. Find one of these anarchs. They're,
No,
we
no.
shouldn't have them around. They're
We
just-
shouldn't be eating
anarchists
kindred.
are, oh, Jesus.
Winston, I'll eat. Anarchists are not for eating. They're
Anarchists
friends.
are perfectly
They're
good for
friends,
eating. What do you
not
th-
food. They're friends, not food.
We're about to cut their arms off.
I'll go back.
Fish are
That's for
friends, not
friends.
food.
Who needs enemies like us?
I don't know. Mordecai thinks I'm a friend and food, so excuse me.
Mordecai,
Fish are friends and food.
I mean, depending on the fish, some fish you really don't want to eat.
There's always a bigger fish.
There is always a bigger fish. Things I learned from Star Wars. Okay, so Mordecai, you hear in the back of your head, because you just sent me in the chat, Mordecai. You should eat. Probably Jude.
I know I should.
Probably Jude.
He stops himself from saying it out loud. But she might make us one of those stones. And we can feed this without it getting messier.
Can she make those while feeding you? Is my question.
But she makes them, and that in of itself feeds me. It's a never-ending supply.
Fine, just eat Duran. I don't care.
He has really good pie. and it's Italian. It's Italy's knight. It's his knight.
How did everybody else do on the rouse checks? I know Abigail did not. Duran
Uh,
did.
I didn't do a blood surge, but I did do the
Readjustments.
yeah, the flesh crafting necessities. Yeah.
Let's describe for the audience at home. And as another warning, this is going to be that body horror stuff we mentioned earlier.
Something body.
So once again, Margaret will go with the bone armor. And this time there's not too much sacred geometry on it, but it's more like there's subtle hints of that, but it's much more in the realm of like, you know, like carvings on the bone. It doesn't go all the way down, like along the collars, down on her hips, just very psychedelic sort of things. You see sort of like, you know, things that look like they could be like, you know, connected between the shoulder blades. It's the strings of the crystals that just come down in the design, stuff like that. And then on her arms, I'm going to go back to my favorite weapons that you can get in Princess of the Apocalypse 5e. So it's just from like elbow up, like there's cartilage that wraps around the elbow, and then just like right on the outside of the arm, there's a bone that comes around as a curved blade that goes around the fist, and it curves around through here to where even if she were to punch, it's like, you know, she can like hook them right into their like face and just like pull them in, or maybe, you know, do a yeet. So she has 2 of those, and that's going to do a -1 to her stamina. Weapons are a +2 auto damage. Armor is a +2 auto defense.
Okay. For the stamina, take note on your health track as well, just in case.
And also, she failed the flesh crafting roll. The hunger returns.
It does, yeah. That doesn't seem very even, Margaret.
You know, shit's never really even. Have you ever actually experienced an acid trip? Like, not everything is going to be fucking perfect. Everything's just going to be ever changing, and you just have to go with the flow. You gotta ride the green dragon, man. Just sit back and enjoy, okay?
Trying to convince your beast to take drugs. That's a new one. All right. So Jude, how did your rouse checks go?
I was just rousing once for the deck, so I passed, so I'm good.
Okay. So everybody has roused.
I was about to say I roused twice, got hungry twice, but my claws are out, and so is my toughness. So we should be good to go.
Okay. So you hear in the back of your mind, Bo and Rico. You're gonna eat somebody here, right?
No.
Aren't you?
No.
Really?
Plus, anarchs taste like anarchs.
Yeah, they're not that great. Well, all right, fine. On the way back to me, eat someone.
Virginia takes out a cigarette and lights it quietly to not have to respond to the beast. Is there a front door to this warehouse?
There is. It's kind of like the 2 large wooden doors that you would actually drive a truck through type thing.
Oh, even better.
And it's got like in one of the doors, it has kind of the smaller, like human-sized door that would be able to be opened.
Okay. I reach into a pocket and probably pull out like a butterfly knife. And I like switch it open. I like stab it in the wood and I drag it across the front door, all the way across, and then back around. And I mark the Camarilla sign into their front doors.
Wow.
And when
Shots fired.
When I'm all done, I knock. Knock, knock. The Camarilla's calling.
And at that point, we're going to take a bit of a break. I got some stuff planned.
Sure you
so
do.
Come back in about 7 minutes, everybody. Hey, everybody. We are back. We are about to go into a warehouse that has some anarchs in it, apparently.
Not for long.
So, let me get the order correct so that everybody in the home can tell. It is Mordecai, Duran, and Margaret at the back, and the rest of the coterie on the roof, ready to go, climbing up. And Virginia is in the front, so nobody saw her carve the Camarilla symbol into the door. And
that was for me and you at home.
Yeah, knock really loudly. So
No, but I'm gonna toss heightened senses right up so that I can hear when the mess starts up front, so that we have a cue when to go in the back.
okay, you would have heard that then. You would have heard the knock knock, the Camarillas coming type thing. I can't remember exactly what you said.
I think I said Camarilla calling.
Yeah, you would have heard that part. But there is no response at the door.
Yeah, just assume there's a good reason why.
Yeah, storyteller. Would we still have Sense the Unseen up or new scene?
This would be a new scene. Yeah,
Okay.
you'd have to do it again.
Yeah, I would
just
like
quickly,
as well.
just so that
Everybody for Sense the Unseen, roll a wits and awareness. Everybody at home, take a drink.
It is
wits and aspects. You mean? Yeah.
Or wits and aspects.
Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't mean to correct you.
it's
Okay.
dark
Okay,
inside.
stop drinking.
Yeah, don't you take that drink. Don't you dare. It's dark inside, yes?
It is like you can sort of see.
God, what a trash roll.
You've seen this sort of thing before. There is like kind of greasy windows. They're beat up.
They blacked it all out.
Yeah.
I'll just I doesn't require rouse, but I'm gonna make my eyes do that thing they do.
Eyes of the Beast.
Eyes of the Beast, so that I
No
can
rouse.
maybe see in the dark in case we.
That's the best, like Iron Maiden song ever.
Yeah.
And 4 successes
music.
for me.
4 successes.
Yes.
Just the one for Jude. Jude, you're blinking a little bit. You're like, yeah, you can't really see much of anything. Abigail, you're looking in. I'm assuming the skylight.
Yeah, since I guess we're already on the roof, I'm looking in the skylight, trying to see if I can see anything that's not obvious.
Perfect. Same sort of thing. It's kind of like it's got that kind of like layer of kind of greasy dust that is settled on kind of the industrial area. So you would, grab a rag or something and kind of smudge out the window so you can see through it. And you see
Barrel of a gun.
yeah. Bam. No, you see there's kind of sparse. The warehouse you were in last session, it had like rows upon rows of crates and boxes. This one has a bunch of industrial looking equipment. It looks like it hasn't been used in a while. It kind of has like an aged look to it. And you can see there's you remember the kind of portal that Brick disappeared into. There's a portal that's kind of like that, and outside of that portal, it's not as big as the one Brick was pulled into. Like it seems kind of human-ish sized, and there are people in purple robes that you can't see their faces, and they are kind of kneeling and leaning towards the portal with their hands up, almost like they're kind of summoning or meditating in a kind of a way.
Are there any tentacles coming out of this yet? I'm assuming no.
There are no tentacles coming out of this yet. For those of us who've seen that previous episode.
Yeah.
And Jude, just like, we don't have to play that out, but like, I want to get that information from Abigail before I go in.
Blah.
Since that's what I'm saying.
Blah, blah,
Relays
blah.
the information to me. Okay.
And I
cool.
send a group text because I want our friends in the back to know as well, saying, there's another portal in there. Looks pretty unsafe.
Non-tentacly,
unsafe. Be careful. And then hit send.
Porque Dios santo
Does
Cristo for it.
any of these windows, these skylight windows, have hinges on them where I could potentially crawl in?
There is one that's kind of got a hinge. It's kind of like one of the ones that would kind of, you would lean it up that you'd be able to possibly climb in.
Well, I will try that. And being that I have uncanny grip now, thanks you, my Bruja friend that has been assimilated. I'll take that rouse check and climb on in.
And rouse check is
Success.
Damn.
Oh, uncanny grip makes me think of brick. F.
F in the chat for break.
So Ja kicks his shoes off, so he can do this properly. And,
Okay.
Opens the window silently, and literally starts gripping himself to the window and climbing on top of the ceiling, Spider-Man style. And
Now we got 3 of them.
watching what's happening in here, but trying to be incredibly quiet. And basically, he's hiding and sending messages about what all he sees as this goes on. He's not attacking.
Have any of you looped Virginia Slims into these particular group chats?
Absolutely not. Virginia Slims.
No, that would be a masquerade breach.
Exactly.
I'm not even
Wow,
pulling my
we're
phone
all
out
on
to
the
check.
same page.
I'm not even pulling my phone out to check.
I mean, gold stars, I guess.
So how are we in the back getting in?
Senior Strickland, you have really excellent kicking power. I have noticed punching too. You want to just kick in the door?
We're not being subtle, but I love it when she does the key thing.
Ja's like, I think they're preoccupied.
We could, well, if she wants to do
That's the message you get.
The key thing? I have not seen this key thing.
Well,
you're right.
Ooh, you know
I wasn't
what?
allowed to be
Margaret,
subtle this time.
take it away.
Senorina Strickland, please show me the key thing. And I'm going to pull out the 1911.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Let me get this pool ready. Larceny.
Gotta describe it though.
Do we see?
And actually,
storyteller...
Duran has never been around when she's done the skeleton key thing. So
buckle up.
It's a literal skeleton key. Go ahead, Abigail.
Do the people on the roof see if Virginia Slims has gone in yet or not?
She is not.
Okay. So I just text, our deputy friend is not inside yet, and then hit send.
Shrug emoji.
Actually, a question.
Going away.
Would Ja hear Virginia Slim knocking from the inside of the building?
You would not have, because you were, at the time, you guys were setting up at the top. She basically just carved in the Camarilla symbol, the Ankh, and then, yeah. Speaking of Virginia Slim, though, at this point in time, nobody...
I'm not being subtle. Nobody answers?
Nobody answers.
Okay. I kick the double doors in. I like swing them wide open and I go, did you grow up in a barn? Didn't your mother teach you better? And I kind of look around. Do I see anybody?
You do not. You can see sort of like there's a purplish kind of, it's almost like a candle light emanating from a certain area.
Come out, wherever you are. And I'll kind of start snooping about. I'm going to move in rather slowly.
Subtly.
Yeah, sure. We can. I would say I'm not attempting to hide, but I'm also not trying to walk into a trap. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm definitely not hiding.
Go with a wits and awareness. And now everybody at home take a drink.
Yeah, now you can.
Whatever you happen to be drinking, I am drinking root beer.
A 6. Red Bull.
Cranberry lime seltzer.
6.
Water with lemon juice.
6 successes. Yeah, you kind of sneak around a couple of corners, not super sneaky, but you're like, you kind of peer first and then you go. When you get to about halfway through and then you kind of lean in and look around the one particular corner and see like there's a row of industrial machinery. and you basically see what Abigail has seen. Like it's kind of like a purplish blue portal that is open that's about human size, and there are cultists in kind of brown, sorry, not brown, purple. Brown is the D&D game. Purple robes that are kind of like leaning in and kind of, yeah.
Oh, really?
You can hear
Does
like,
Josh see Virginia from where he is on the ceiling?
yeah, at that, well, yeah, you would have
Okay.
heard her kicking in the door, definitely.
I peer around this corner and see this happening, right? You said
Yes.
there's large-scale machinery?
There is.
Oh. Okay. Now, I sneak over to the biggest one with wheels and shit, all of it. And I take my butterfly knife and I stick it into the engine of this thing. I grab something heavy. I don't know what's around here, a box.
Yeah, there's probably a couple boxes.
Perfect on the gas. I would like to start this sucker up and just steer it right towards their little gathering.
Taking a forklift straight to the group.
Just straight to their shit.
Let's see. What do we
Is
got?
that a drive check? Is that a larceny?
That would probably be. Yeah, let's
I
go
have a
with
larceny check.
Or
Yeah,
streetwise for I could also
That's
hotwire it, I guess.
larceny. I think that'd be
a
larceny.
little bit of everything. Yeah, that'd be larceny. Let's go with a Dex and larceny to start it off.
Dex larceny. Hey, I can do that. That's not too bad, y'all.
And then while you're doing that, Margaret, how's that key looking?
So at that point in time, I did raise her dex, and I passed. I did spend the willpower, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. And then when the wits and awareness came up, I roused her wits, passed, and that was 4 successes.
Okay. So what does Duran see when you're, let's just say, reconfiguring things with the old vicissitude?
Confingering things?
Reconfiguring, man.
I like the first version better.
I almost did the spear cannons, but no. So this time it's the index finger, and no, actually, this is better. Yes, both the fingers. Have you seen like what's the word I'm looking for? Synchronous dance done in the water when their heads up and their feet just like they spin down like a bottle cap, and their like feet are just real close together. Well, their 2 fingers together just do that and go down to the hand, and up comes a single bone, and then from the top like certain little like implements kind of poke out like little like additional things. If you put the finger a certain way, the little hook's gonna go into a certain way which you indicated, and she gets her 5 with willpower spent on that dex and larceny.
Madonna Santo, she's got the Swiss Army finger.
I was just going to say she's part Swiss.
She is part MacGyver.
That is amazing. No need for paper clips ever.
So Margaret
behind
reconfigures, I guess. I don't know. And basically puts the skeleton key into the lock. There's a little bit of movement, like when she moves the kind of tumbler around. You can definitely tell that the reconfiguration of the bone itself hasn't quite finished, as Margaret is kind of reaching around inside the lock itself to get the tumbler sequence correct, and then it just pops open and she can push open the door.
Well,
I rolled a 5. Vroom.
That is on the larceny, or
that was on the larceny. What I roll? Dexterity larceny, I guess, to start it.
Yeah, and then let's go with Dex and Drive, because you're trying to mow down people.
This isn't as good, and we're getting risky here with a rouse check, so I'm going to say for some willpower. So, okay, Dex Drive. I got a critical success! I got 2 10s and 2 on the hunger dice, so that makes it a 6.
6 successes. You hop on, you pop open your pocket knife, jumpstart it, and then you start driving towards the cultists. The cultists are going to try to get out of the way because they're not completely praying to this particular portal. Some of them are semi-aware.
I hope
As
I
soon
tried
as
to
one
sneak right
moves just like under Ja's area, it's just gonna be dropped down. It's war time. It's gonna be like some Batman shit.
Well,
Now, when we come in the back, we're basically walking right into, we hear an engine starting up and there's a forklift over there coming toward, and so we kind of see this as we're walking in.
yes, yeah, you would see that. And then the
Excellent.
purple portal, purplish blue portal that is open.
The hell is that?
You
Okay.
would kind of recognize it as being similar
Yeah.
to the portal that
So
you've
how
seen in the
many
past.
cultists are there, given that they're starting to move and we're kind of guessing?
Well, there was 4.
Okay. Ha!
So one of them gets up, kind of pushes another one out of the way, and it's starting to become pandemonium in here right now. So one of them actually rolled a critical fail.
Ha!
So
Oh.
you see essentially like there was kind of 2 on the one side of the portal, 2 on the other side of the portal. One of them kind of dive tackles another one out of the way, and I just went full Lasombra. What the hell?
Lean forward.
I don't think that worked.
Hmm.
So the other 2, I'm just going to keep going until I unLasombra. The other 2, one of them kind of dodges out of the way, but the last one that's there, the Virginia Slim kind of drives directly into them with the forklift, and it kind of gets them up underneath the rib cage and lifts them off their feet. And they're like, "Blah, blah."
Can I steer right for the portal hole and then jump ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Dex and dodge, or Dex and athletics.
Abigail, what are we
There.
thinking here?
They seem to be pretty busy in there, but I'm curious as to whether this portal has another one of those cubes. One of the
I
ones that we
also
bought.
was thinking that.
I'm
You
curious
know-
as to why we're mowing down these people and we're not asking them questions.
Well,
They're vampires. You can do a lot of mowing down
Survive.
and still ask
They'll be
questions.
fine.
I'm going to
Were
fill
the last
several of them
ones that
full
were
of
in
lead.
robes by a guy? I don't know. I wasn't there. Were the last ones that were in robes with a portal vampires?
Those
No,
were mages. Those
that
were
was
humans.
yeah.
And how do you know these aren't?
Because we were told they're anarchs.
I mean, storyteller, I have Sense the Unseen up. Do I see auras around them that would indicate that they're vampires, or is that too
2
low?
of them are vampires.
Okay. And the other 2 are not?
Refresh my non-existent memory. Did you have Sense the Unseen up when you were in Stanley Park?
Probably. I
Then
can't
yes,
remember.
you would have seen this particular aura before. Kind of looks like it's in flux. It's moving. It's
Oh.
kind of
Damn it.
Oh, no.
werewolfy.
Not
if I had
this.
to pick a
No.
Not
word.
this. Not this.
No!
And the
Okay.
last one that essentially just got impaled, their aura is fading rather quickly, because
Oh, no.
that's a lot of damage to have a mortal sustain when they're a mage.
Oh no.
Oh wow, this is quite the combination.
Jude, it looks
Yeah.
like we've got another werewolf down there.
We're in a
Another Garu. And
Yeah. Fuck.
that thing that just got rolled over, it looks like that was another mage. This is what is
Why
going
are they all
on here?
together?
I
Cats
don't
and dogs living in
know.
harmony. It's pandemonium.
Why is this even happening? This doesn't
I don't
make
know.
Okay,
And why is
you
there
know
a
what?
portal?
Why
are
don't
you
we
talking
come
and
down?
not doing something?
Why don't we go down and see if we can't help? Maybe we can at least incapacitate them or something.
Wait. Just before, what is the best to do with a werewolf? What's the? Because won't my gun not do anything?
Put them into a Y shape.
put him in the hole.
That's what
Silva-
Job's saying.
Yeah.
Steve,
Push him in the hole.
Yo,
Yes.
pick one at random. I'm just strolling forward with the 1911 held
Yeah,
right in front
that's
of me,
what I'm
and
saying.
I'm just going to shout, "Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?" and open up.
Wow.
Because Ja's falling down the ceiling like that was same sort of thing. Like, who's under me? Doesn't matter.
so Ja
So-
and Duran. Ja will be a dex in melee. Duran will be a dex in
Scriff, son.
firearms.
Give me that scriff.
I'm trying to think
I've been
about-
told they're anarchs. Time
You
to open
have
up.
to hit a target when you're falling from the ceiling. It's dex.
This
I
is why
rolled
I put all these points into celerity.
I
but
rolled
it's
a
fine.
3 to jump ship.
It's the same number of dice.
3 to jump ship.
Yeah,
So
just like let it go.
as Ja is coming down from the ceiling, as Duran is coming forward with the gun, Virginia Slim jumps and does a roll off of the thing, which basically there's a little bit of like a flash of lightning as it kind of disappears inside the portal.
Ooh.
From the
Oh.
portal, you hear, give me a wits and awareness for literally everybody else. Except for Virginia Slims, because she has not experienced this
Oh, us
particular
too?
voice before.
Okay.
Really?
You
I'm
hear,
I haven't heard this voice either, by the way.
that wasn't very nice. And yes, you haven't heard that voice.
I have 4.
I have 4 as well.
I have 4 as well after blowing on willpower.
Come on,
Oops,
Margaret, you
yeah,
can do
so
it.
bad.
Let's get the quadruple 4. No? Okay, 3. You still recognize the voice as Brick, but it is
Yes,
a
Brick.
very deeper, very angrier sounding voice.
Bricks are big bad for the evening.
Oh. Okay, Margaret's down there. Jude, let's go down. Let's get down there.
Yeah,
Maybe we can-
right now. Let's go.
All right, so storyteller, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna like Dex Athletics try and kind of drop down somehow.
Sure. Are you trying to drop on anyone specifically, or are you
Not
trying
on
to-
anyone, just to the ground. At least for me, I don't know about Jude.
Okay.
Ja
Let's
dropped on
deal.
someone in specific.
Let's,
And I
let's
got
deal with the
4
Ja
successes.
and Duran. 4
Okay.
successes for
Okay.
Ja, 5
5.
successes for Duran.
Again,
Ja,
willpower.
you come down basically on one of the kind of anarchish things. You basically just sink the sword right into where their kind of shoulder goes into their main torso, and it kind of like, it doesn't cut anything off, like no limbs are lost, but it's basically just a good solid sliding of the sword into their main body cavity. For Duran, you go forward. Are you aiming at the singular one that was not hit by Virginia, or are you aiming for the one that is beside where Ja is?
We'll go for the one beside, not beside Ja, the Virginia one.
Okay. So you basically, you shoot them and they kind of stumble back a little bit, and then they're like, they lean forward and they start to kind of grow and morph.
Remember Stanley Park?
That was
Clip,
fun.
the clip falls, grab the other one, pop the silver in.
I'll add that the sword does not do superficial damage to them. It goes straight to the badass damage. +1 with the sword.
+1. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fairly solid hit. Like it doesn't drop them though.
Good.
And the rest of you start to see kind of tentacle things coming out of the portal.
Here we go.
I see him start to change. Right? Like he's in
Yeah.
he's in eyesight. Okay. Well, none of that. What's in this warehouse? What else is around? Like, are there like things I can pick up? Like steel beams or
There'd be like a bunch of like kind of crates.
Great. I'd like to pick up one of those crates and smash him with it. I'm trying to smash him towards the portal, right? I don't have anything other unless I can fist punch him towards the portal, which is
probably
also an
could.
option. Okay, all right. Then I'll just. What is that? Strength brawl or
Strength
dex
brawl,
brawl?
yeah. Margaret, what are you up to?
She okay. Okay, how many individual enemies are there? Are there any who are not being engaged currently?
There's one that got pushed through the portal. There's another one that Duran shot on that side.
Okay.
It looked like he took a fair chunk of damage. There is one that is basically getting stabbed a lot by Jaw, and another one is non-combative at the moment.
Excellent. Just to make sure everyone's taken care of, she's going to go after them with her rouse, dex, and melee. And I recently bought her a specialty with that for bone weapons, of which she currently has 2 of.
She does.
So let's see.
Did you want to? Jude also. I don't want to land on anyone's in specific. I'd rather like on the perimeter to sort of get, because we need one alive and not in the portal. So I'm trying to facilitate that. So do I need to make a roll to just drop down regularly?
Yeah, it'd probably be like dex and athletics, just to make sure that in your landing you don't injure yourself, type thing.
Sure.
Not that you can heal it right away, but you know.
I did that roll
Always
and
wrong.
got 4 successes for dropping down.
Rolled another critical success.
Ooh,
Roll 20 is being
5.
so kind to me. Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like stylish,
cool.
like a
Yeah.
superhero. I'm just like, with like my one knee down. Yeah.
Superhero landing. Is Abigail
Um,
also going for the superhero landing? Because you probably give 4 successes.
Abigail's not gonna be so.
Aw, Tremere
Showy.
twins. Come on.
But she's not that showy.
I get it. I get it.
She's
It's
not
fine.
so showy. So she.
I'll be
yes.
showy enough for the both of us.
Okay, so she's gonna do it. Drop down. And yeah, I guess that's us for that turn.
Yes. Mordecai.
So what I'm seeing is a forklift.
Pandemonium.
Yeah, a forklift being started, driven, and catches a guy and drives it through a portal.
Yes.
On one side, is that the same? Are there tentacles coming out?
There are, but it's
from the
not...
same side that went in?
Yes.
Okay, so it's basically, this is the side that goes in. This is, I don't know whether you can access it or not. Magic is what I mean. Jaw has just impaled one.
Yes.
Duran is filling another one full of lead and soon silver. And Margaret is going to be eviscerating one shortly. Where's the last one?
That is pretty much all of them.
I was about to say at the end of my
So
claws.
we're not keeping the prisoner then?
We didn't say that. We just don't need a lupine changing on us.
Find the heaviest
Fair.
thing I can.
Which would probably be like another semi-non-used forklift.
Okay, not that heavy.
But it's one of the smaller ones, which is
not that strong. I think my combined strength right now is like 9.
Yeah, you're right. You're not that strong.
So I could probably lift a motorcycle, a car,
give or take.
Flip a car. Anyway, yeah, forklifts are heavy. Something slightly smaller. Something I can throw.
Like a crate.
Sure. And basically sort of just heft it up. As he comes back.
Heft it up.
And he's sort of debating it. All right, never mind. Later. Yeah, and throws it at Duran's target.
That'll be a strength and brawl. Or sorry, strength and melee.
Strength and melee.
The crate is your melee weapon.
Yeah, so melee weapon, yeah.
Essentially.
Like
it's like in wrestling. It would be, if it was a steel chair, it'd be strength and melee.
Jude 10s is 4 successes, so that makes 10.
And who are you pitching it at?
Duran's target.
Duran's target?
Yep.
So
My logic is regular bullets they'll heal from, silver they might not. We want one of them alive, and the other 3 are pretty much dead.
yeah, the other 3 are pretty much toast at this point. So Virginia kind of.
So by the way, I rolled an 8.
Wow.
I rolled an 8 to hit him. That was a critical success. Can I take out his ankles? Just rip his Achilles tendons right the hell out so he can't go anywhere, even if he changes?
Yes.
Okay. That's what if I can, I'd just like to grab him, just rip him free so he can't really go anywhere.
So what everybody pretty much sees at this point is Duran took a shot at the guy. He got hit, stumbled back a little bit, started to kind of morph and change and grow. Virginia, when you jumped off the forklift before it went into the portal, you kind of do a roll and then you kind of crouch and then kind of scramble around. And then you, with your claws out, you slash across its Achilles tendons, and it's basically kind of reels backwards like, ah. And then you're kind of crouched behind it as you came in with your arm swiping across. And then it basically gets hit completely broadside by a giant crate that flies in out of nowhere.
Perfect.
And it's kind of like the bullying thing in grade school where you're crouched below it just enough so it kind of hits you and topples into the portal.
Perfect.
No shit.
Great. So it does go into the portal.
It did, yeah.
Damn.
Because that was a combined of like 18 successes.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, it's pretty much going wherever you would aim it after it kind of trips over you.
Okay.
That wasn't what I wanted at all. Damn it.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, me
Fuck,
too.
did I
I
punch it
definitely
great.
wanted to at least keep him around, but that's okay. Well, I stand up, dust off. What's left alive?
The thing that Margaret is going for, I believe.
Great.
Margaret, how's your dex in melee going?
Boy, howdy. I'm glad I bought that specialty. That was a 6 crit. And she has that +2 guarantee bonus to active as well.
Nice.
So how are you attacking this particular critter? With the bone kind of forearms?
Yeah, her hips, with the bone armor, they don't go to the sailor legs because we're not in the Shadowlands this time. But her hips, like as she like runs after, like, just like full on running with the blades in front of her, just like weird, like predator, like shift. And then like she just kind of leaps, goes around just, for the neck, gets them on the ground, and then just sort of does some damage like right to the knees. And then if he's either on his back or on his stomach, she'll take her other arm and just basically hold it to his neck because she probably sees the other one approaching.
So there is one alive still. There is no other one approaching other than Virginia.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yep. Yeah, she would be probably coming.
Margaret knows she wants questions, so she's like just waiting to see if, he's going to be the one to be questioned or not.
That one takes a lot of damage and falls down essentially. Like you've got the armor blade of your forearm kind of really close to their throat. So you're stabbing.
My target's still alive.
Relatively.
I'm disappointed.
Ja's kind of disappointed too, but
Master swordsman.
Ja was told to do a job and don't kill them. So Ja just yoinks the sword out of this person and then just picks him up and just throws him at Virginia Slim.
He falls to the
Of
floor.
course.
Is he kind or kindred?
No.
Dad resisted his first instinct to eat him, so
Yeah. I should be able to smell whether or not he is kind. I mean, if he is kindred.
Yes.
he is kindred.
He is kindred, yeah.
I look over at
my
you.
roll to eat him, by the way, was 9 successes.
Oh my god!
Like my roll to just throw him was 9 successes. So it's like, it's lucky that didn't happen on the first roll.
Right.
He twists in the air like a perfectly thrown football. Like,
you know what? You didn't kill him.
Spiral.
And Virginia Slim notes that and gives you like a look of a very proud look.
Guy doesn't even look at Virginia Slim.
It
Josh
doesn't
just like,
matter. She notes
did the job.
right? She notes it. Opening him up. I'm guessing he's not looking so good.
He is not. He
Wonderful.
basically had a sword essentially up to its hilt, stick in their shoulder, like kind of in the connection area right near the neck.
Oh.
So yeah, it did a lot of damage.
Great. I snatch him and go, oh, did we mess up your party? And I break off a piece of a crate and I stab him into torpor.
Fair enough.
So that we can take him with us.
That'll be his strength and brawl. And Abigail and Jude, what are you two ladies up to?
Would be melee?
Well, I will turn.
Or melee, yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Just kidding. Let me try that again.
I will turn to Jude and say, or Abigail will turn to Jude and say, Jude, okay, they've got this handled. Do you see any cubes? Like, anything at all?
It's an awareness.
What's an awareness? Okay. Now, I know we talked about this in the last episode. So can I also rouse for my wits?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually gonna do that.
Oh yeah. Well, the one thing I meant to say is Josh would be like, hey Brick, you in there? Can you come out? Like, are you good?
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah, we haven't paid attention to the tentacles coming out of the portal.
It's kind of like a rippling water effect, kind of mixed with kind of clouds moving and lightning. And you see Brick's face come out ever so slightly, and his eyes are completely just black. You can't see. It's like looking into like a black hole, like oblivion.
I only got 2 successes. I burned a willpower.
2 successes.
I only got 3 on the melee attack to torpor with the willpower as well.
You stab him.
Great.
Basically, he goes into torpor anyway. You've seen this enough times to know that you're kind of kicking yourself at this point. Like you just missed the heart.
Yep.
But you did enough damage that they're in torpor anyway. So it's
matter.
like
It was for fun. I tap it in for good measure, and then I just set his body
wiggle
to
it
the
around.
side. Yeah, wiggle it. Did I get it?
You gotta be in there somewhere.
Yeah. Is that anarch enough for you? And I set him off to the side. And I'm like, don't go anywhere. And then I turn back to say tentacles.
Okay, so I rouse my wits. I did fail. I am at hunger 3 now.
Jude, you gotta eat.
Yeah, I know. But you can see everything has been, is not available for consumption currently. So I'm gonna have to get back to you later. Thank you so much. Okay. So I did burn 1 willpower and I had a result of 5 successes.
So you both look around and you're trying to see if there's anything nearby that could be producing this portal, as was happened the last time, and you can't seem to see anything. Neither one of you. And
Jude will look at Abigail. What? There's nothing here this time. What? How is it just sitting there? What is
How do we close this thing? The storyteller, with Sense the Unseen, are we seeing anything?
You see a bright, like around the portal itself, you can sort of see with your regular vision that it's purplish blue, but it is like flaring at you that this is something that is not at all natural.
And I'm sorry, just for clarification, where is Brick? Or are we just hearing him? Or I'm confused where he is.
There's two tentacles that have come out.
Okay.
They're kind of snaking around, but these are a lot smaller than the tentacles that you saw before. And Brick's face, with Sense the Unseen, you just see like a darkened out shape that is kind of looking like Brick's face.
This
Okay, and
is
I can't
Yeah,
extrapolate anything.
That has
Like,
just come
in-
out of the portal, kind of like about this much forward.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Did he become
Um,
part of the tentacles? Is that what?
I mean, I don't fucking know. They didn't teach
Talk
me
about
this
that
in
I
Milwaukee,
know, I
okay?
know. They don't teach us this shit.
Okay, so
Moving up.
how close can I get to the portal without it like sucking me in?
How close do you want to get to the portal?
Well, I want Brick to be able to. I try to like address Brick, and I
How
need him
tall
to
is the
be-
portal?
The portal's about 6 feet, but it is about 3 or 4 inches off the ground.
So if someone moved up from the side, they could easily cut Brick right underneath the chin with a kukri.
If you
Just wondering.
wanted to.
Okay, I would like to
I'm
please
waiting.
talk to Brick. So, okay, I would like to just very from wherever I like Superman's down into the warehouse. I would like to just be maybe a good 6 or more feet away from the portal, and just be like, yo, Brick, can we talk?
You see his face kind of distort ever so slightly, kind of like there's like a rippling wave across it, and it looks towards Jude, and he says in kind of Brick's voice, but kind of like gravelly and kind of like a supernatural resonance in it, like, you left me in there. And one of the tentacles grabs towards Jude.
Oh,
Which is great because
Son of
at
a
the
bitch.
same time that is happening, so I failed a rouse on my strength,
Okay.
like because I wanted to rouse my strength, and then I have rolled strength and blood sorcery for Scorpion's Touch. So I'm just going to basically bite my lip and just spit on that tentacle that's coming at Jude.
Okay.
hell yeah.
So that's 7 successes on that.
7
With
successes.
a crit. So that's
Yeah!
7. Yeah, so that's 7 with a crit.
All right. Give me 1 sec.
Roll for tentacle.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, it's got to be useful for something, right?
It's really hard to look this up when you've got a cat.
You trying to look up?
Yeah, I was gonna say I
The
can.
resistance to Scorpion's Touch.
I can pull that up, I think.
Nope, those are rituals. Don't need those. Also, don't need blood sorcery. Or
Abigail,
do
you're
I?
muted.
Sorry. Stamina plus
Stamina and
occult
occult.
or fortitude. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I've
Okay.
been trying to say, and I was
Nice.
muted. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Or fortitude, huh?
Oh no.
Interesting.
Damn, I thought Jude would.
Yeah,
last
I
at
had a
least
feeling that was gonna
15
happen.
minutes. Damn.
Brick's tougher now.
How much did you roll, Abigail?
I rolled 7 successes with a crit. So basically that's 3 normal successes and then 2 crits. So that basically makes it into 7.
Okay, so the tentacle kind of snakes its way towards Jude, and Abigail bites her lip and invokes the thaumaturgical power of the paralyzation blood and spits it at the tentacle, and it hits the tentacle broadside, and the tentacle kind of goes limp a little bit, and then it kind of flaps back up and shakes it off and wraps around one of Jude's ankles.
And I can't.
Yeah.
I can't resist this in any way.
You can try to dodge with a dex and athletics.
I will for sure do that. And just to be clear, both my dex and wits are roused.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Dex and athletics. All right. Come on. Come on. I don't want to be in this portal.
While this
Oh,
is
man.
happening, Abigail's
Oh my
gonna
God,
scream
Jesus.
and say, "It's got Jude! Help!"
Okay, I'm burning another willpower.
I just realized I sent that PM to Dot accidentally, but
So brutal.
Joe sent me a message asking if she wanted me to come and get the cat, and I was like, yes, please. Then I was like, hey, wait a minute, that went to somebody else. So no wonder why, no wonder why she hasn't come in and grabbed the cat yet.
There we
Well,
go.
I got 2. Best I can do.
Jesus Christ. All right. Ja's going to
I'm
help.
next to the.
This is
I'm
why you
next to
have
the sword.
swords.
Blame the dice.
I
Now that
haven't.
I've moved up, and I've been standing there waiting, and Snake Buddy reaches out and has grabbed Jude.
I don't know what a 2 got me in terms of a dodge.
It did not dodge.
Okay, so I just am fully grasped around the ankle then, is my understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
For the
I'm
record,
going
it
to
got
slice it up.
6 on that.
I'm gonna slice it off.
Damn.
Slice it off. All right. Give me a dex in melee or a strength in melee. Yeah, you're trying to cut through it.
I'm trying to cut through it, and I'm angry because I threw a thing. I was trying to capture that other one, but apparently I threw it too hard. I was punching shit. I was very angry. And now this is happening. Really?
Now this is happening to your vending machine.
The blood vending machine.
That's what I'm saying.
And I yell, "The lady didn't consent!" And I slice it off with 7 successes.
Christ almighty.
Coming from a Sedite, that's something. Come on. That's character growth. Right?
It is character growth.
I'm proud of you? Question mark? Like, I don't know.
So you cut off that particular tentacle, and it doesn't seem like Brick basically is reacting to it at all. He just goes, "You're new." And another tentacle reaches out and grabs Mordecai.
Oh
I'm not
no.
as good at dodging.
We need Jaw. Jaw, please.
Well, this is where Ja's going to try to help. And I don't know how much is going to matter, but Ja's actually not going to use a sword this time.
What?
Because Ja
What?
Ja has another idea.
Character growth all over the place here. What's the
Wow,
point?
we've grown so much. We've come so far.
I am going to rouse my manipulation.
Oh.
And I succeed. So, and I'm going to use chemistry.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to try to make Brick's hallucination thingy think that Mordecai's somewhere else and go reaching for a different sort of version of Mordecai that doesn't actually exist there, giving Mordecai enough time to GTFO.
Damn.
Wow, wow. Wow. Big brain moves.
Yeah, very cool.
I have 3 successes. Actually, wait, no, I roused. I have 2 more dice to roll.
Also willpower. I thought I'm trying to set my own ass or anything.
You have a point. I have 3 successes. I added the other 2 dice. Then yeah.
How many?
They have to roll against. I had 3. They have to roll composure plus wits,
Composure and wits.
or they lose their next active action if they fail.
Rick has not a
that's so
great
good.
total in either one of those, and yeah,
No.
that is. So they're.
Nice.
So what do they see?
So, when Mordecai cuts the tentacle off, it looks like Mordecai is rushing forward to like cut at another tentacle,
Okay.
but the real Mordecai is getting the fuck away from the tentacles, going back away from it. But what Brick sees is this other Mordecai going straight up warrior mode with the kukri sort of thing.
So what the rest of you see basically is the second tentacle reaches around, and it kind of it looks weird. It kind of looked like it was going for Mordecai initially, but it kind of wraps kind of like a snake around something, but there's nothing there. Like it looks like it's trying to grip onto something, and then it pulls that kind of bundle of tentacle back towards the portal.
Oh, they don't see the Mordecai illusion. It's just him.
No, it none of the rest of you see the Mordecai illusion.
Cool.
It sees the Mordecai illusion, so it's wrapped around the Mordecai illusion in its own mind, and it's pulling that towards...
Technically, anyone who is unprepared and within eyesight, they are eligible to see it. So Ja actually would have been picky about who saw this or not.
Yeah.
And Ja would have made the Tremere see Mordecai go into the portal. Definitely would have made Margaret see it. But Dot and
she's cackling.
Slim and Duran, they both see what really happened. And Mordecai sees what happened for real.
Goddamn troll.
So I saw.
You saw Mordecai basically get yoinked and die.
Yeah, that's a total troll move.
Yeah.
Oh,
you and Abigail and Margaret all see that.
What happened after the tentacle was cut that was around my ankle? Did the tentacle that was like grasping me sort of just like fall off, or?
The tentacle is still kind of wrapped around your ankle at that particular point, but it was kind of like a straight cut through.
Okay.
A big chunk of sushi sitting there.
So
and Jude, upon seeing this troll illusion, she just like is kind of like feeling the thing on her ankle. Everything has been happening really fast, so she's kind of like at one time like shaking like part of her leg, and also just like screaming, "Mordecai, fuck!"
So Cliff, you have come back. So what happened was Ja used chemistry, and he selectively chose who saw Mordecai get kind of pulled in towards the portal, and he chose you and I believe Virginia Slim to not see what the actual like illusion was. So you see that Mordecai kind of moved back and was like doing like kind of a dodge, but everybody else saw Mordecai, the Mordecai illusion, and get pulled kind of towards the portal with a tentacle wrapped around him.
Because John's trolling us.
Is
the tentacle actually like cut off or not?
The first tentacle that was around Jude was in fact cut off,
but the other one has not.
Yeah, the other tentacle kind of reached towards Mordecai, and from what you guys can tell, it wrapped around Mordecai and is pulling him towards the portal.
All right,
but in reality, Mordecai is over there like, what the hell is that?
Hiding behind the other side of the portal.
All right, go ahead, Astrid. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify.
I don't remember. My apologies.
So I'm swapping the clip back out because I don't need the silver bullets anymore because, well, Mr. Guru is gone through the portal.
That's a waste of silver.
Yeah, so back to normal rounds, and it's like, okay, what is...
How do we stop this portal again? Sorry, Mordecai.
Last time we took the box out, but Mordecai's over there, but people are... I don't...
Do I hear this?
The little box thing.
Do I hear Joanna say this?
You would hear
Senor Strickland is over there, not over. What are you people doing? This is crazy.
I just saw him.
Us.
I fucking Mordecai went in and like at what point do I notice?
I suspect that the after like the confusion between the conversation, that Ja would just make it be like, yeah, fuck this illusion thing. It was fun for the moment.
Even an old school police witch cackle, because bye, brother.
Damn.
I know.
Harsh.
Are we surprised? I mean,
yes. Can the Tremere actually take a turn now that Ja is done fucking with them?
Yes,
All
but
right.
you basically, like, when the illusion drops for everyone, you see that the tentacle is kind of, it's wrapped around nothing, but it's kind of like curled up like a snake, and it is kind of pulling that towards the portal, and Mordecai kind of appears about 5 or so feet back from where the tentacle actually reached out and grabbed something.
All right.
And
go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so Jude is going to just scream just from the gut, just resonating throughout the warehouse. And I would like to pull out my shotgun and shoot the coiled up tentacle.
Okay. That'd be a dex and firearms.
Sure.
You're muted,
Have
Joe.
points-
Sorry, can I see her pulling out her firearm?
Yes.
Okay, so at the same time as she's doing that, as she's shooting, I've done Scorpion's Touch one more time. I have 6 successes because I have a messy crit.
Do you now?
I do.
Oh man, I got 3 on my shot.
Wow, that's impressive. So you bit your tongue again, kind of force the blood into your mouth, and you spit the kind of paralyzing poison, and it hits the tentacle, and this time the tentacle kind of flops, and it looks like it's trying to get back up because it rolled 5 successes, and you rolled 6 with a messy critical, and you hear, "Excellent shot, Abigail. We could have used more of you on the beaches, in the air.
Winston, not
at
now.
sea.
Not the time. No, Winston,
You're
not the
and Tigger.
Shh. Not the time. And I'm at 4 hunger at this point.
Okay, and I blatantly stole that joke from Robin Williams because the same person who wrote Winston Churchill's speeches also wrote Winnie the Pooh.
A.A. Milne? I
Sorry.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, Jude,
Today I
you're taking a shot, which I will give you an extra 2 dice on because this turns the tentacle into kind of an not moving object.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 additional then from what I already rolled.
Yes.
Okay. Holy
And-
shit. Sorry,
is-
I got a crit. I can't believe it. I rolled 2 dice and I got a crit.
How many
So that-
successes?
So that gives me 7 now.
7. What kind of rounds are you using?
I think I was. Oh
Don't you have
boy.
Dragon's Breath?
I do, but I don't know exactly the mechanics of that. Like, I don't know if there's. I don't want to fuck up the kindred that are around us. Like, that's my thing. I don't know what happens. I've never done this.
Give it to me. Oh, I'm very familiar with Rapus rounds. Thank you, B. Dave Walters.
Okay, so wait. So cool. I have to just make this decision, not really knowing what would happen. Okay, you know what?
Laughs and storyteller. Okay, go ahead.
Whatever. It's the dragon's breath. I knew I was gonna bring that, so I'm just gonna hopefully ice this tentacle right now.
Okay. So everybody around Jude, give me a willpower roll.
Oh man, I knew it. I knew there was some stupid thing like this.
Great willpower. Do we include 1/3 humanity rounded down as well, if I recall?
Yes, 1/3 humanity rounded down.
Sorry, everybody.
For most of you, now that's a lot less.
3 successes
I'm gonna.
for me.
Down?
I'm guessing I don't need to make this roll.
You do not.
Wonderful.
Oh, cool beans.
Where am I close? Do I make this roll?
4 successes.
Everybody that's around Jude. So yes,
Am I
you would
around
make
Jude?
that roll.
Four.
Yeah, you were nearly snagged by said tentacle a couple of
Okay.
seconds ago.
So willpower plus,
Plus 1/3 of your humanity rounded down.
so +1.
Yes.
I would like a gold star for not metagaming.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
I should make a poll in the chat of like, who do you want to see get the extra XP at the end of the session for the season?
Oh, Virginia
Ooh.
Slim gets the XP.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
How many
Another L.
successes did everybody get?
I have 4.
4, 6,
Ooh, nice, Duran.
4
3.
crit, because I only got 2 10s.
4.
4.
Okay. Yeah, it still counts.
3.
3.
Everybody's doing good.
So Abigail is the most given the Wiggins of the like, whoa.
Right.
That is something
Oh,
I
wait a
don't
minute.
want to be by because that is fire and
I'm
fire
also
bad.
at 4 hunger.
I have a
That's fine. Hunger doesn't
Alright.
actually
Penalty.
affect raw strike rolls.
don't I have a penalty?
A penalty for what? Fire?
I'm a Sedite,
Oh yeah.
so I have that whole light photosensitive thing.
-2
Oh.
then.
I didn't know
Oh shit.
this.
Okay, so
I don't
2.
know these things.
2 successes. Yeah, Mordecai is definitely like, my sunglasses are on and that's bright and I don't like it. I'm gonna go
My
away now
sunglasses are on at night and everything.
because you can, or so you can. Sorry, I misquoted Brian Adams or Corey Hart, some Canadian. I don't know. It's fine.
I can't help you.
So the fire shoots out, hits the tentacle, and it explodes in ichor and black gore and purple muscular bits kind of fall off, and it's kind of holding on by like a kind of a thread of what kind of looks like scaly flesh bits. And at this point, Brick, his face kind of leans in a bit further, and it's kind of, there's like veins that are black in color that are kind of pulling him back. Like, as you can see, as his head expands further out of the portal, you can see them reaching back into the portal, almost as if
no.
he's been absorbed into oblivion. Like,
That's what I thought. But
Oh, good.
okay. So he looks like he's actively being pulled back into the portal.
no, he's pushing himself through.
Oh,
the
he's
portal.
pushing himself. Oh no! Oh Lord!
Don't we know how to stop this? Isn't there like a Jack in the Box or the Rubik's Cube or something?
And Jude will just say, "We can't. There's no box this time. We gotta
magic it,
something
chaps.
else."
John just starts taking his sword, gets around like the backside of it, and just banging at it.
That'd be a strength and melee.
Absolutely.
Cut Brick loose.
Sorry, what again?
Cut Brick loose. They said
I
the
don't
tendrils
know.
are reaching and sort of holding on to him as a marionette.
Not a marionette. Like, it looks
Oh.
like it's part of another kind of bodily structure that is connected to, but the tendrils are kind of like veiny, and they're not moving at all, but it's kind of like it's almost stretching him back, like he's part of another creature structure.
See, that's not Brick anymore.
11 successes.
What?
Holy crap.
Excuse me.
That's a crit
There's
on
loud?
guy.
4 dice. What?
Oh,
So I have potence. I have melee. I've roused my strength. It's a lot of dice.
No, I believe you. I'm just shocked.
So did you include the strength in the roll, or is that just for the damage?
That I did. I
Or
included
so
the
the
strength.
potence, sorry. The
Yeah.
potence. Okay.
I did it for the roll.
That is actually added later.
Okay.
But
then
yeah, we'll take that amount. It's
Either way,
It's ridiculous either way.
Still,
yeah.
Only 8.
So everybody is like, how do we stop this? What's going on? Do we get Brick out of there? And then Ja comes up, raises his sword above his head with a 2-handed swipe, and brings it down, and the jet black tendrils that are kind of reaching back into the portal and holding Brick's head just get completely cut through, and Brick's head kind of clambers to the ground, and the portal itself is kind of fluctuating and kind of moving in on itself.
I was just like, sorry, Brick. I had to do what I had to do.
Into the Spider-Verse kind of way.
Kind of, yeah. It's just kind of like it's like a lightning-ish pattern. There's the purple things, the kind of tendrils that what's left on the one side, which is on the, I believe, the left side of it coming out, it's kind of pulling itself back in, and the tentacle that got cut in half is pulling itself back in as well.
So are they selling these things on Amazon? These portal things? This is two in a month.
It's
Whole thing with the kindred and the werewolves.
there was a werewolf and a mage and a kindred, and what the hell is going on?
This makes no fucking sense.
No.
Were you informed about any of this, Miss Virginia Slim Lady, ma'am, sir?
You turn to address Virginia Slim, and there's nobody there. She left a while ago.
What? Oh man.
We
Damn.
rolled in the chat for like stealth and everything, and she's
God damn it.
Everybody was focused on Brick, so I'm like, yeah, just roll it. She's like, yeah,
and the
okay.
hostage has got our little torpor friend.
Yeah, the one that had the stick in him.
So she's gone away with that hostage. Okay.
So this is the shit that I don't like about dealing with the fucking Camarilla. They never pay. They never pay.
She got what she wanted, and we now have a little something in our favor for next time we run into them.
Oh no!
Storyteller.
That's me.
Give her a card.
Do I have tentacle bits on me?
They are still, in fact, attached.
Yummy. Sushi.
So yes.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of has like that triangular end to it, kind of like a giant squid.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like pick it up and I'll look, figure out where Margaret is. You want a sample?
Oh, I'll take
Seems like something you would like.
Yeah, and she'll take that part and she'll stick it, between her cleavage. You know what it looks like.
Is the portal closing down?
The portal is basically closing in on itself. Yes.
Okay.
And after I like give that to Margaret,
Oh yeah,
I'm
any
just
goop that you have on you, flashback to the Wraithland, she just scrapes it off you. She has those pockets inside her cheek, still just scrapes off you.
Oh yuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Totally
so
forgot about that.
Spit in her trilobite titty.
There.
And she has goop in her cheek pockets.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I feel like we've done. Can we leave now? Duran, what do we need to do?
So
burn this place down.
The portal is closed, but we're just going to leave the mechanism here. Somebody
There
comes
is
along.
no mechanism.
There is no mechanism.
We can't find it. There's no mechanism that opened this. It opened on its own without a mechanism. That's what's wrong here. Not the fact that it opened at all, but the fact that there's no mechanism to go with it.
Yeah, like when we
Well,
first
that's something
dropped
to do with
down,
the
we looked
werewolf.
around to see if we could find the mechanism, and we saw nothing.
See, there is no box.
Logically,
No box.
That does not mean there is no. The mechanism is the entire portal. There is some way, obviously, of turning it on and turning it off.
you guys got that
So
magic whammy
we're
eye?
just going to leave this here because I can have the bodies cleaned up. I can't have this shit taken care of.
Again, I'm not really sure like what is actually left that would
Yeah.
indicate
Wow.
beyond the
The
tentacle.
We
ring.
thought is the actual portal closed completely already, or
At this point, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's the ring.
That's what Jock cut at, so it's damaged at the very least.
is it? It
Um,
wasn't a physical ring, though, was
sorry.
it?
No,
I'm just
no. There was
confused.
no
Yeah,
physical
okay.
component there.
So it
Oh,
wasn't like a
okay.
Stargate in that
Okay,
respect.
thank
It
you.
was
See,
okay,
that's
yeah.
I thought
yeah, it was just the
Okay.
portal itself. Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
black hole.
Okay,
basically.
cool. All
Okay.
good.
Oh,
the
in that
black,
case, yeah.
the jet black tendrils that were holding Brick's head. It kind of looked like it was part of some kind of a creature that had melded with
Oh.
Brick.
We have bricks.
Burn this
on the
fucker down,
floor.
and we're out. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Ars Moriendi time. Guido, C. Here's the address. Yeah, I know. More bodies. C. Make them go away. Thank you, Guido. C. Yeah,
Fine.
Thanks, Guido. Thanks, Guido.
You're lucky your aunt makes some really good, like,
I'll make
Really
sure
good
you get
food.
extras.
The mage went into the portal, right? Which one
The
got?
mage was the one that went in the portal, yeah.
Yeah,
Along with the
so-
werewolf later.
Okay,
The
so
werewolf,
it's
too.
the actual human that's left, and the kind was taken, or the kindred was taken by Virginia, correct?
The other two were both kindred.
Oh, okay. Screw it
Yep.
then. Not gonna do Diablerie. I'll just go hungry.
I'll do it.
The dance of Diablerie.
And so Jude's just gonna be kind of like pacing around a little bit now that like the portal is closed. Okay, is there anything else we need to do here? Because I really want to get the fuck out of here. I was almost snatched into the portal. Also, now would Jude understand that she got trolled by Ja with this illusion?
Or
Like, would I make that connection or no?
Give me an intelligence and occult roll.
Or did I just
Hey
miss
man, that's
that?
my wheelhouse here.
Yeah, same. I want
It
to see.
would, it's
break
going to
Margaret's-
require a fair chunk of successes, though, because
Yeah, I figured.
what Ja never made any like kind of
Indication.
Oh, completely
Yeah.
unaware this was going on.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still trying.
Yeah,
I
because
got a lot of dice. Ooh, listen.
Ja
Mm.
didn't make it known to anybody really that he was trolling everybody, or at least half of you with the
I can't with this. I can't with this roll. I get a 4 messy crit. Cool beans.
you
It's really frustrating.
yeah, it's annoying. You're hungry and you're not you think there's something weird, but it could just be like Ja like didn't intend for everybody to be affected by it, or
Okay, so I did get hungrier to be at 4 hunger. Is that what you're communicating to me? Okay, well, my
Yep.
stigmata now activates. So I start bleeding from my
your
I'm assuming
forehead.
hands,
Yeah,
forehead,
your-
hands, feet, side. I'm assuming.
that is correct.
So you can see that blood seeping through my white shirt, coming out of my hands, and I'm just like,
We need to get you home.
That's new. Does this happen?
Now
often?
you're a walking masquerade breach. That's it's not a good look. We really need to work on this. Maybe we'll go mummification when you go out now. Be a little bit more, or like we could just wrap you in Depends.
I want to roll
Just-
anger frenzy
Does
because I'm mad.
That's funny that I could gift you, child.
I didn't bring any. I don't have anything
Miss-
on. Yeah, this is what happens when I get really hungry.
Miss Strickland, could your goo potentially bring like a blanket or something like that from the van to us, or would it be too traumatic for her to come in here?
There's still that one
Oh.
kindred dead on the floor, right?
There is.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull
He's
those
dead and gone?
purple robes off the dead kindred and hand her the purple robes. We are
Is the
going to
kindred dead and gone?
from here to Van. We're going from Van to I guess Xenoschism. You won't be outside lots. Tuck your hands in here. You're good.
Okay, but just so we're clear, in order for this to stop, I need to have food for me at some point. But so Jude will put on and just wrap it like as tightly as she can around her, and as Duran said, kind of like stick her hands. I wear pretty hefty boots and socks, so I'm thinking maybe the blood from the feet is not immediately apparent. But yeah.
A little of the
and
squishy boot.
yeah, definitely. And the forehead that's coming out, like I'm just kind of wiping it with the purple cloth, and just like it's kind of like scratchy, and just like kind of just smears it on my forehead, and I'm just like,
That would be
You
very
are so beautiful.
disturbing
To
to
me.
many of my family.
Once
I
everybody
didn't ask for this.
Once everyone gets to the van, Margaret will just kind of put her hand on the door and she'll be like, just give Jude out a little bit of, and everyone out a little bit of a moment, just like maybe 5 minutes of that, and then we can get the fuck up out of here.
3 minutes, because I'm actively bleeding.
Of course, sugar. Come on.
Okay.
Anybody around this very hungry? I can't imagine this is a good thing for y'all.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried. Like, is my blood like
This
kind of
particular
trickling in anybody? Or
this particular area, there wouldn't be that many people around at this late
Storyteller
at night.
Steve, is that kindred that's still there? Is he still there, or are they dead and gone and ash?
They are slowly turning to ash.
Okay. So we can't actually get anything out of him for.
No, you can't diablerize him if that's what you're
I don't
asking.
want I'm trying to get a point that she's not bleeding out. Most logical thing to me in my brain is, well, if you're both Tremere, maybe Abigail can help.
Abigail's at 4 hunger.
yeah, I actually was. I don't know if there's.
That's
some
what
kind
I
of-
was worried about.
God,
But
that's what I'm
Abigail
saying.
is like,
Is looking at me now.
Jude
too.
looking like a snack right now.
Jude's kind of looking like a snack to everybody right now.
Hmm.
That's cool.
I'm fine.
So is everybody kind of eventually making their way to Xenoseism?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I'd have Ja like stop on the side and find someone's like and do a very Ja thing and knock them the fuck out and then bring them to Jude.
Yeah, see what I was alluding to with the like 3 to 5 minutes in the van, Margaret would be like, let's get this over with. I don't want you bleeding all over everything. Here's my goal. At the same time, I know what this is, so don't mind my bone blade against your throat. I value this goal. I've had her for more than a decade. If you lose your shit, I'll let you take 2 drops. But after that, expect me to pull you off. That was the
Well,
offer she was making.
Okay, so
I like that.
then yeah, that seems better.
Yeah, but
so
private
then
between the 3 girls, basically.
Yeah, you take your point at least from the ghoul.
a point. Okay. And I'll just like, I'm using my will here
Okay.
to just stop.
Yeah, if you take
um,
half for that, that'd be fine.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate
So
it.
when you get
Margaret.
And I
when
appreciate you
when you
trusting
get
me
that
to do
blood
that
back
after
into you,
you.
does all of the stuff dry up?
It
I don't-
stops, but it doesn't dry.
I was gonna say
stops.
it stops actively coming out of me, but it's still the remnants are there, is my understanding.
That is a very awkward thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't try to become this hungry, because it's even worse. Because then I'm hungry and mad, and I'm also bleeding, and then it's just a bad time for everybody. Like, I get it. And if you notice, in this entire time we've been together, it's never fucking happened. So you're welcome. This is the first time, so I get a pass, I think.
You want a cookie?
I'm not blaming you or saying anything bad about it. It was just a little surprise, and we've all been around that hungry and all done. So
Yeah, no, I
worry-
get it. You're not
worry
blaming
not.
me. I'm just,
Worry not.
a little on edge.
Not a
It's
condition.
just a very interesting thing to have happen. I have not
A
seen this
medical
done
condition.
with anyone.
Can we
that's-
wrap this
I
up
mean,
and go? Because I think Jude
Probably
needs
sort
to
of-
get out of here.
On the way.
okay,
Rolling,
we're
yeah.
going in the van.
Yep.
We're rolling out.
Mhm.
So you're going back to Xenoschism?
Yep.
Yeah.
Upon arriving at Xenoschism, you
Uh,
see somebody familiar. What?
Before, just really quickly in the van, before we wind up at Xenoschism, Abigail's just going to turn around and say, now that Ms. Virginia Slim is not here, I need to remind you that nobody knew that our guests from last week were actually in the city.
That was not my
So-
understanding.
No, nobody knew. So we need
That
to
was not
not...
something I was made
I
aware of.
understand. That's why I'm saying we
So,
need to... No, I'm
Thank
not...
you for telling me
I'm
now.
letting you know, Mr. Giovanni. I'm just letting you know. Please do not discuss it any further, because we don't want to
Wait.
get our friends in trouble.
Thank you for
Wait-
letting
wait
me
a
know
minute.
now.
What do you mean nobody knew? Did they declare themselves in front of the prince?
No. Nobody
I haven't
knew.
been able to declare myself in front of the prince because nobody can find the damn prince lately. I keep sending him letters for a suit fitting. I keep. hearing
I'll
nothing.
call it. We got a Tremere Primogen or whatever. We're good enough.
See,
Either way, Mr. Giovanni, I'm not blaming you. I'm just simply saying if we could keep it on the down low that they were even here, because I'm not suspecting that Ms. Virginia will actually forget. But let's just keep this information between us.
Well, if
So-
they've been following us, they already know anyway.
see, when you told me earlier, when you kind of huffed off because I had started to mention the fact that we had worked for Cassius, she made it quite clear she already knew and used his name.
It's okay, Mr. Giovanni. Let's.
See, I understand that, but being told that, and you think I am the one who talks when she already has the information that I'm handing her, a little bit of a stab.
You may, Mr. Giovanni. I'm not going to no. I'm not going to argue with you, Mr. Giovanni. I'm simply going to ask you to please be a little bit more mindful of the information about our coterie's dealings that you discuss with others, especially the sheriff, regardless of whether or not the sheriff knows already or not. Well, the sheriff's deputy, I should say.
Fight.
So
My
you're making
question.
your way to Xenoschism.
Yes.
And I have a number. Why are they following us in particular? Why are we drawing so much attention despite the fact that these tasks that we have are covert and only for one individual?
How covert have we actually been?
Well,
We
make a mess. We're like the X-Men.
See,
We make a mess.
we clean up the mess, but
Well, we
don't
clean
make
it
the
up.
mess.
I'm
See,
sorry, are
right?
we back at the store now?
We're not breaching the masquerade nearly as much as anybody else thinks that we are. Why are we drawing this much attention? Who is watching us and why?
Really is.
I guess that's something that we'll have to figure out.
So
Maybe
we all
once-
need to be a little more careful about
Indeed.
letting slip things or
Indeed.
letting other
Yeah.
Say,
We'll all
Primogen,
keep our
know
mouths
about
shut.
things.
Want to get out of these clothes and
Stuff.
leave.
So
Yes.
as you pull up to Xenoschism, you see someone familiar. And it is Virginia Slim.
I'm smoking a cigarette
She knows
by
about
your
it.
door.
Why are you still
Uh,
here?
Good evening again.
The armor and the weapons will be gone by this point.
I
Okay.
delivered a package where it needed to go.
See,
And I thought I'd come back to make sure all of you
it's
made it out.
Well, Mordecai technically didn't.
And Jude looks at them, the cackling pair, and just like glares at them and then looks back at Virginia Slim. And I'm just, my face is covered in blood, my shirt, my sleeves, my arms.
Smeared.
I am just smeared in blood. Yeah, close call there.
Hey,
It
You're
looks
welcome.
like our Gold Star students had it under control.
our
Well,
So
gold
what, I get a
stuff.
bronze one?
We appreciate your help, Miss Virginia.
We appreciate your help.
Grazie.
Myself and Bowen. I came back to deliver a little message. Bowen thinks all of you are doing a pretty fantastic job at not only causing a mess, but cleaning it up. He was impressed with your encounter with Fenris. I think you're all a little kooky. But
Well, I would not say
just
a
follow.
little.
Jude just starts laughing hysterically.
I was just like,
Yeah,
kettle?
Margaret,
but I'm
absolute
okay with that.
Demisi Cheshire smile right just all across her face.
Literally ear to ear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, was that a real compliment or does that come with some sort of passive aggressive jab attached?
Let's let her continue.
All I'm gonna say is continue to impress him. Because the rest of the business dealings you're in may get you in a lot of trouble.
Thank you for the information.
I suggest
Grazie.
the next Elysium, you and your friends properly introduce yourself. Because I don't know if the next time I come back, I'll be so helpful.
You could just send the little baskets for the tiny muffins. Everyone loves the tiny muffins.
Abigail just glares at Durad.
I was the hospitality basket.
Oh, grazie.
Thank you.
Until
You
next
never get to
time.
sample the muffins.
Question, before I go, Stephen. This brick character that they all kept talking to that I very clearly now know is like a thing. Do I know this Kindred? Or was Kindred?
You heard rumors that one of the Anarchs was kind of pulled into a similar portal
Okay.
Yeah, by the name of Brick.
by the
By
name of Brick.
Great. We may have some questions when we're all done with our
Oh,
friend.
wow.
And we will have 7 different answers for the 6 of us, because that's the way we work.
That's what worries me. I suggest you all start finding the same answer. Until next time.
Speaking
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Speaking of, pulls out a card.
Hand me
You know,
a
doing
card.
things that you wouldn't do.
I take this card. What's on the card?
It's for Mordecai's club.
Yeah, the 4F Club.
Yeah, which
Right.
you know to be a den of ill repute.
Little fangs out action. I got you. Okay. I look at it. I take in all the information because don't leave anything behind. I reach in my pocket. I pull out some tobacco. I sprinkle it inside. I roll it up inside of your business card, and I light it up as I walk away.
I will take that as a compliment. That's
I like her tiny muffins.
And at that point, it'd probably be a good time to pull this episode to a close.
before we
So-
really.
Oh.
So thank you once again, Dot, for being
Yes.
Virginia
Thank
Slim.
you. That was awesome.
Wow.
So having said
Unbelievable.
now before Coterie's seen the fucking lockpicking key of,
Yeah.
Yay!
The skeleton key.
I can finally make the jokes too.
So we'll do a quick round table with everybody and tell us where you're going to be next, what's going on in your life, and where we can find you. Glad to start with our special guest, Dot.
Hi, friends. You can find me online. I'm the littlest red dot out there rolling dice and telling stories. Most of the time, you can find me over on Kobold Press, where I'm their Twitch producer, so you can come check out some 5e content on the reg. And the rest of the time, I'm out there producing my own V5 content podcast called Stitch of Fate. So come check it out. That is what I'm busy up and doing. Thanks for having me back, everybody. This was fun.
Thank you for coming. We love
Thank you for
Great.
coming.
Thank you.
Y'all give me an excuse to wear this vest. I literally don't wear it any other time except when I'm on this show, so thank you.
Wonderful.
Part of the Canadian tuxedo, but next time your character's going to have like an even
I am
more
gonna Justin
tuxedo.
Timberlake
Canadian
this
tuxedo.
whole thing.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Cliff.
Evening at this point. My name's Cliff. I was Duran Giovanni, who. Okay, we're going on break, so I get to relax and put my feet up for a couple of weeks. And about the time we'll be coming back, around then or shortly thereafter, I'll be putting on my storyteller hat and appearing on this channel to run a changeling game called Toronto by Daylight, Tales from the Rookery, with 6 incredible players who I am so looking forward to building a world for and with.
And Astrid.
Hi, I'm Astrid Jane, _Astrid on Twitter. There you can find information about, witchy tarot bullshit that I get up to. I have an Etsy. I'll keep it short. because I have a few other things to talk about. But yeah, if you order something physical and you want a Hamlet and Reddit from Margaret or any of my other PCs that you happen to know for whatever reason, let me know. If the character, from other sources, they know each other, cool. If you want Margaret and you're in a stream, send me a link. Also, I'm in Cajun Nights. It is a New Orleans Discord server setting. I am the storyteller with jurisdiction over all of the Bahari. Interesting things are going on right now. I've also made my debut with a second show, Oxford by Night, at the Table of Horrors channel. I am playing a Ventru, and she is inspired by somebody from Night Road, which I am hoping to get my own stream going early 2022. Based off of that, I have lived in Tucson for 7 years now, so very excited about that. And even between then, I have a few other things that I haven't even teased these guys out. But it's just gonna just a matter of time, waiting to see where the cards will fall and things like that. Just can't really say anything else until then.
All right, and I'm going entirely by memory, so if this seems out of order to you, I apologize. Mike, I believe, is next.
Yeah, this was Mike. I played Mordecai, everyone's favorite ministry member, or I guess the only one here. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Twitter, or no, Instagram, CDN Captain America on Twitter. You can catch me here on Saturdays. You can catch me on Sundays at 2 p.m. Pacific, playing in a 5th edition D&D campaign, Fandolin by Night, which is a little nod to this game. You can catch me on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. PST in my Dungeon Master role in a game called Would Be Heroes, another 5th edition game. And Cliff hasn't asked me to join the Changeling game yet, so I might guess.
I think Cliff has a lot of players for the Changeling game already.
We'll have you guest star a couple of times.
Exactly.
Next up, I believe, is Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, aka Dimples and Dice around the interwebs. You can catch me at Dimples and Dice, where I stream generally 11 a.m. Eastern time to whenever I want to, from Wednesday through Friday. But stuff you'll really be excited about is after this show will be the season premiere, or the season, or 3rd season premiere episode of Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night, where I am the storyteller over there. I am looking forward to joining the Rolling These 20s crew for this next season, because they have gotten themselves into some shenanigans with Sabat. As it happens, one of our players' grandsire is a Sabat, and that's not caused any problems at all.
No.
The fact that the former prince of the city is trying to recruit the group. He offered them the ability to be Primogen, and they turned him down.
Again,
There will be no consequences for that
No
at all
consequences.
whatsoever. But yeah, you can catch us at Rolling These 20s. We do Cyberpunk Red on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And there's a lot more stuff coming up for me. I got Hades High coming. There's Charity that will be happening throughout this week. So look forward to seeing more stuff from me. That's all I got. Follow me on my socials.
and in Philly by Night, it's all good decisions. There's no consequences.
Nobody makes bad decisions with consequences, like, burning up the guy that, Dracula was teaching you how to fleshcraft on, and you just burn him up and just like, yeah, fuck you, Dracula. There'll be no consequences to that at all.
None whatsoever in the foreseeable future. And Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah. I play Jude. Thank you so much for everyone watching at home. Our first season, we had a great time. I think I can say for everybody, it's been really fun getting to know each other. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes, and by the time this airs, my first chronicle that I have ever been storyteller for, London's Bleeding, will have drawn to a close. You would have seen the last epilogues on Wednesday. So if you want to check that out on the Martlet Games YouTube channel, we have the whole run up there for you to consume at your convenience. It's a period Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle set in 1918, just after the Great War. We had some great special guests there at the end, so I encourage you to check those out. Other than that, I'm going to continue here on Vancouver, and I am also on the Sunday D&D game with Mike as a player, where I'm getting my feet wet with D&D for like basically the first time almost. So please come and check out our adventures there. And yeah, just keep an eye on my Twitter. That's where I post all my projects. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
And last but certainly not least, Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Abigail this evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. You will find me on Twitter as Hyrule Gardener, and you will generally find me here, and not much else other than the occasional Patreon for Vancouver by Night, where we have some pretty good content. If you are able to and you wish to come and support our Patreon, you will get some great conversations between Abigail and Harley, between Duran Giovanni and Charlotte from the adjacent game. You will get, I believe, there's a Charlie and Elena from adjacent. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. So if you do want to support our Patreon, by all means do. And I'm going to pass it over to Steve. One more thing. Thank you to Dot. And thank you to everyone for watching our first season. We love you very much. We are very, very grateful that you have indulged us and watched our lovely little chronicle. And yeah, over to Steve.
And this guy's storyteller, Steve. Thanks again to Dot for reprising her role as Virginia Slims. There's a reason why everybody is saying morning, noon, or night, wherever you happen to be, because we are currently wrapping it up. It's going to be about 3 p.m. PST when we wrap this one up. We started at noon. First, we start off the Saturday takeover for Vampire over at Martlet Games. They raid into us. We are going to raid into the other game I do, Vancouver Adjacent by Night, in just a few minutes, where you get to see the C team do a bunch of stuff that has no consequence whatsoever.
You
really,
to see
it's
them
a
plot
vampire
against us.
It's a Vampire the
Yeah,
Masquerade
that's the
game.
thing that's happened. They plotted against us.
I mean, there was a phone call at the beginning of the season and revealed some stuff that they weren't supposed to know about from this coterie.
That if you watch them, that plot, they're just as good as we are at planning. They're everywhere. It's amazing. I have been taking notes. We can learn from them. We could be a little more chaotic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after we play the vampire game over on the Level Up Dice channel, which we're raiding into in a few minutes, we're going to be raiding into rolling D20s with some Philly by Night with, again, no consequences. This is a game that apparently doesn't have any consequences whatsoever. Everybody makes great decisions, and there's no NPCs gunning for the entire coterie. It happens. So yeah, enjoy that, and we will see you in 3 weeks, because we're not going to be playing next week. We're not going to be playing the week after. We are coming back with season 2 in 3 weeks, and we're going to have some interesting stuff at the beginning of that. So join us for the Tuesday D&D game tomorrow, for the other D&D game, which I am not a part of, but I will be in the chat, and we will see you in 3 weeks for this particular game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.